VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
In Franklin, Kentucky, live from the Mint Gaming Hall, right above the Circus Sportsbook. It is Live Bet Saturday. My name is Brad Taylor, along with what looks like a disgruntled Will Hill, as we're sitting here with the Rams now, throwing deep passes, and they almost had a touchdown, but the receiver dropped and fell. We do see the live betting lines now, Rams and Panthers. About 7 minutes, inside 7 minutes to go in the first half here. 14-7 Rams. 16.5 is your live betting line. 52.5 your total. Will, before we get to our guest, your thoughts on this game right now?
Yeah, the pass was completed. A couple of false starts in a row. It looked like Carolina was starting to gain some momentum, but on second and long, the Rams, you said it, could have had a touchdown if that pass is accurate. He might still be running, but either way, it's a big gain here for the Rams, and they are now set up here in Carolina territory, and the Panthers just having a hard time getting off the field here, Brad.
Yeah, and we'll keep abreast of what's going on here, but there's other things happening in the world of sports gambling, and that's why we have our next guest joining us on the Progressive Guest Line. He is the host of Coast to Coast Hoops, Greg Hoops Peterson. Hoops, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. The Green Bay Packers are in action in the playoffs. We've got 140 college basketball games. So for a guy from the great state of Wisconsin, it has been a great day.
Looks like we got a timeout in this game. So, yeah, it's a great day for the Packers, but only if they win. And speaking of only if they win, we are looking at some teams that we saw lose today, including Michigan. Have we learned anything from 3 ranked teams going down to unranked teams today, Greg?
I think what we're seeing is that tier 2 in college basketball is a lot better than a lot of people thought, and maybe that divide between the top 3. I was thinking that Iowa State, Arizona, and Michigan were that top 3. They looked so beastly in non-conference play, dealing with some lulls in January. Now, do I think that they're bad teams? No. We have seen a lot of teams that have won national titles struggle in January. Go back to those 2 titles that we saw from UConn. They were so dominant in non-conference play. They had a few hiccups in Big East conference play, and then they rose back up. This is just the nature of the beast in conference play, especially when you're in what I think are the best 2 conferences in all of college basketball, the Big Ten and the Big 12. And I think what we're seeing from Iowa State right now, having a little bit of struggle with Oklahoma State, though it looks like they're restoring order, the loss from Michigan as well, makes what Arizona is doing all the more impressive as well. They have really been able to take it to TCU here in the first half from everything I've been seeing prior to coming on. And with this Arizona team, it does feel like they might be that most complete team in college basketball.
Greg, a game that starts a half hour from now, Arkansas and Auburn. Auburn, a 2.5-point home favorite. Life comes at you quick because this time last year, Auburn right there for number 1 team in the country. They are already 0-2 in conference play. 0-3 is not a death sentence, but it starts to get dicey pretty quickly here. Who do you like in this game that starts in about a half hour?
Absolutely. And with this Arkansas team, I've been quite impressed by the offense. You've got 2 really good freshmen, Malik Thomas along Darius Acuff, who've been able to combine for about 37 points per game. And you mentioned it with this Auburn team. It's been a little bit up and down. Now, I'm sure that a lot of Auburn fans not happy with the referees from a few days ago. That goes without saying. But I did set Arkansas as a very slim favorite here. For John Calipari, yes, the defense has been a little bit dicey with them, but the one thing that Arkansas has been able to do this year is guard the 3-point line. And I do think that Trayvon Brazile actually matches up with one of the best players in all of college basketball. Keyshawn Hall for Auburn, 20 points, 7 boards. He just does a little bit of everything for this team. But Taj Pettiford, I mean, you want to talk about guards that have really struggled in the SEC. Certainly Kentucky has had a lot of them, and the struggles of Kentucky have really upped up Taj Pettiford because he has not had the season I think a lot of people are anticipating. I think a lot of people thought that he might be an All-American candidate. He has been anything but that. I think that Arkansas has a better guard play. I do like Arkansas here, not just with the points, but I personally like them on the money line. I made them a very slim favorite, so going to be willing to roll with Arkansas here in a few minutes.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is one of those trap games there, Greg. We got the unranked team favored over the ranked team, Arkansas. And if you know my history here in Kentucky, anytime you can bet against Cal, that's a good day indeed. There's a couple of road dogs I'm kind of looking at tonight that are unranked versus ranked. Wake Forest getting double digits against North Carolina. Texas getting double digits against Alabama. Those are two games I really enjoy. I'm going to take both those road dogs in those as best bets here on this show today. Your thoughts on those two games from a handicapping perspective?
The one that I like the most out of those two is Wake Forest, because with Alabama, I actually think the way that you want to play Alabama games is with alternate lines, because they have so much volatility. They take so many threes. If Alabama wins that game, they're probably going to win that game by 20 plus points. If they aren't hitting their threes, there's a chance they lose that game outright. And you just don't know what you're going to be able to get night in, night out out of that Crimson Tide team. Now, I would be a little bit more prone to taking the points with Texas rather than laying it. But again, I probably want to put myself on the side of plus money with an alternate line. But with this Wake Forest team, what I like about them is that they do a nice job controlling games with generating turnovers. They're a top 40 team in terms of turnovers force on a per possession basis. Juke Harris has been rock solid, 20.5 points per game. Now, North Carolina, a little bit better in their backcourt with the fact that Seth Trimble's back. He was missing for 9 games. He got, I think, like weightlifting equipment or something like that. Fell on just a very strange situation there, but they're glad to have him. And for North Carolina, they're very good with their rebounding. Henry Vassar, Caleb Wilson have been able to combine for about 20 rebounds per game. But Wake Forest by committee, I think, does a solid job in terms of being hold in there. And Wake Forest is a team that's actually the more up-tempo team than this one. North Carolina has dialed it back a little bit more. Wake Forest, top 50 team in terms of total possessions per game. And we saw North Carolina look a little bit shaky on defense against SMU. So I do like the over here in this game, and I'm willing to take double figures with you on Wake Forest.
Greg, take the audience behind the curtain here. What does the rest of your Saturday night look like? You got a lot of college basketball, which you love, which you do a great job handicapping. You're a Wisconsin native. The Packers are playing. You've been known to frequent Texas Roadhouse. What are you going to be doing? Are you going to have multiple TVs? You're going to be flipping back and forth? Give us as much detail as possible. The people, they really want to know.
Absolutely. You got to get the quad box set up on as many TVs as humanly possible, because you've got so many different games that are going on, and no doubt about it, I'll be watching the Green Bay Packers, but we have a job to do with the Coast to Coast Hoops podcast, because we're going to need to unpack what we've seen from 145 games and turn it forward to Sunday as well, breaking down all those games, albeit a little bit of a smaller card. We'll probably enjoy a beverage once the games are done. You always enjoy once the games are done. You have to get the work done first, but that's it. When it comes to just what we're going to be seeing here in college basketball, I'm looking at a lot of these night games. I'm going to be trying to decipher those. And once those games finish up, my work begins for handicapping next week's games, because you've got over 140 games to break down. And it takes a few games to be able to unpack the Saturday card, because with Sunday and Monday, they're a little bit of lighter days. I oftentimes play a little bit of catch-up Saturday into Sunday and Monday to be able to just look back at what we saw in the Saturday games, because even if you have 500 TVs, even if you've got the best setup ever, it's really hard to be able to catch action from over 140 games with just so much going on all at the same time.
Yeah, those Texas Roadhouse rolls, those are some you just put in your pocket and take with you and just reheat them up for about 30, 40 seconds down the line and have a nice little soda pop with those. All right, I'm going to ask you one question, Greg. I used to say, give me this in one sentence, but you didn't listen, so you just keep on going for a whole paragraph here. Your best bet tonight in college basketball, and maybe throw in a little pro football there too. Your best bet tonight, Greg Hoops Peterson.
All right, well, we've got ourselves a game in Hawaii, and if we have a game in Hawaii, I always have to give a pick on that. I like the Rainbow Warriors laying 4.5 points against UC Irvine. Irvine outside the top 250 in terms of points per possession, and they're uncharacteristically allowing a lot of second and third chances on the glass. Hawaii, a top 20 team in opponents' 2-point and 3-point shooting percentage. So strong down low. 7-footer Isaac Johnson, I think he's going to be able to get it done, and if this is a tight game, UC Irvine shoots less than 67% at the free throw line, outside the top 310 in all of college basketball. So laying it with the Rainbow Warriors, that total of about 138.5, 139.5, like the under. And then you ask for a little bit of football. I'm a guy from the great state of Wisconsin. They rested up Jordan Love last week. I do think that the Green Bay Packers get revenge after what we saw a few weeks ago, where it looked like the Green Bay Packers had it in the bag. It was taken away late with the heroics of the Chicago Bears. I do think that the Packers get revenge in this spot. I do like the Green Bay Packers to be able to cover this line here on Saturday night.
Aloha means cashing tickets at GUnit_81 and the Coast to Coast Hoops podcast. Greg Peterson, thanks so much for joining us. Go cash some tickets for us tonight, okay?
Thanks,
absolutely. Greg. You gentlemen do the same. Always appreciate it.
Thank you. And, of course, reaching people is very easy. Reaching the right people is everything. Mission Media helps your brand do exactly that. The cross-platform strategies hit fans wherever they're watching or listening. Podcasts, connected TV, streaming, digital, all of it. And because Mission Media is the exclusive advertising partner for VSiN, you get direct access to one of the most loyal, engaged, and bet-ready sports audiences in the country. These are fans who respond, engage, and convert. If you want your message in front of people who actually take action, Mission Media makes it happen. Visit vsin.com/advertise or email us at advertising@vsin.com. 17-7 right now. Rams on top. Live betting line 17.5, 50.5 your total. They just the Panthers just blew it out of this going for a third down there. We'll have much more and our best bets coming up on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TOUR25 for a limited time and get a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 fill-ups. Cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 tanks. That's code TOUR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 tanks.
Download the VSiN Watch app to stay plugged into the latest sports betting insights with VSiN's expert analysis, streaming live and on demand. Whether you're at home or on the go, the VSiN Watch app gives you access to every show, every highlight, and every deep dive into the action. Looking for something specific? Use the search feature to find coverage on your favorite teams, matchups, and sport. Exclusively for VSiN Pro subscribers, download the VSiN Watch app today on the App Store or Google Play and join us on the Sports Betting Network. Prop Points with the guru, John Hansen.
Chargers, Patriots, 46.5. It's not great, but it's certainly not bad. I mean, it's solid. Chargers run cover 3 and cover 4 54% of the time. Drake May, he's at 9.12 YPA against those coverages, which tells me that New England is going to have a pretty good day offensively.
Prop Points, weekdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Saturday nights are hockey nights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio, the United States Hockey League is proud to present regular season game number 34 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Tonight, they take on the Des Moines Buccaneers. Good evening, sports fans. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Pleased to be bringing you the action this evening on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Phantoms and Buccaneers were in action here at the Cavelli Center last night. A thrilling 4-3 victory for the Phantoms. After scoreless first period, Des Moines got on the board at the 7:50 mark of the second period. After a video review, we thought it was Jason Davenport scoring a goal at 8:47, but they found that Cade de Saint-Hubert had actually scored his first USHL goal about 40 seconds earlier. So, de Saint-Hubert, his first of the season and in the USHL, Des Moines led 1-0. Phantoms thought that they had scored at 8:36, but it was ruled that the Phantoms had a player in the crease, and the goal was waved off. But just under a minute later was Cooper Simpson getting Youngstown on the board for real that time. His 18th goal of the season. Ryan Rosinski and Monte Tepley with the assist. We were tied at 1. Simpson gave the Phantoms lead with a power play goal with 19 seconds left in the period. 19th of the season. Second of the game, Jack Wilson and Jack Hextall with the assist. Phantoms led 2-1 at the end of the second. Des Moines ties it at 7:41 of the third. Jakub Dubrovic, his first in the USHL. Joseph Argentina with the assist. Then at 10:25, Jakob Hesch, his 7th of the season, a 4-on-4 goal for the Phantoms. Malachi McKinnon and Carter Murphy with the helpers. Phantoms back in front 3-2. Des Moines ties it 18 seconds later off the stick of Ryan Seelinger, his 17th of the season. Ryland Randall and Blake Zielinski with the assists. We're tied at 3. Phantoms get the game-winning goal at 16:37 off the stick of Jack Hextall, his 11th of the season. Carter Murphy and Jack Hamilton with the helpers. And that is how we got to our 4-3 final. Alan Lendiak took the loss. He stopped 22 out of 26. Tobias Trable got the win. He stopped 23 out of 26. Phantom power play was 1 for 5. Des Moines power play was 0 for 4. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scratch report and the starting lineups for tonight's game. You're listening to the pregame show on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause there's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me, the Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day, put a little play in your day.
Think back to the beginning. That first game, that first jersey, that first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the pregame show. Let's take a look at tonight's scratch report, starting with the Des Moines Buccaneers. For the Bucs, you can scratch number 23, Drew Roloffs, number 24, Ryan Kroll, and number 37, Ryan Seelinger. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 8, Jesse Orlowski, number 33, Owen Lepak, and number 36, Braden Thompson. And now for tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Des Moines Buccaneers, who entered tonight's game with a 10-15-3-4 record. Their 27 points put them in 6th place in the USHL's Western Conference. Starting on left wing, out of Woodbury, Minnesota, committed to Notre Dame, number 27, Riley Zupfer. At center, out of Tonawanda, New York, number 26, Owen Tylek. At right wing, out of Berlin, New Jersey, committed to Providence College, number 10, Blake Zielinski. On defense, out of Edina, Minnesota, committed to UMass, number 9, Barrett Dexheimer. And out of Shelby Township, Michigan, committed to Alaska Anchorage, number 3, Jason Davenport. In net, out of Russia, making his USHL debut and committed to Boston University, number 1, Andrei Nikolaev. The Buccaneers are coached by Derek Damon. The associate head coach is Kevin Schmidt. They are assisted by Tommy Coggin. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who entered tonight's game with a 23-7-2-1 record. Their 49 points put them in 2nd place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing, out of Czechia, number 22, Ricard Zemlichka. At center, out of Czechia, committed to Nebraska Omaha, number 28, Jakub Hesch. At right wing, out of Japan, committed to Lake Superior State University, number 13, Cosmo Sasaki. On defense, out of Northville, Michigan, committed to Alaska, number 3, Jack Wilson. And out of the Woodlands, Texas, committed to Minnesota Duluth, number 14, Carter Murphy. In net, out of Czechia, committed to UMass, number 79, Tobias Trebel. Trebel enters tonight's game with a 16-5-2-0 record, a 2.15 goals against average, a .920 save percentage, and 2 shutouts on the season. The Phantoms are coached in his 4th season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by their chief of staff, Redmond Brow, and their director of player development, Cal Kafuk. The equipment manager is Andrew Rush, athletic trainer Amber Martinelli, goaltending coach Neil Conway, strength and conditioning coach Tommy Malloy, and the general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kosecki. The officials for tonight's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referee will be Luke Stork, the linesman will be Douglas Hook, and Ryan Devine. Just about 5 minutes remaining before puck drop and national anthem here at the arenas. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
It goes on and on and on. Remind me of everything tonight. Yes, I'm in the zone. Dreaming about the things that we could be. So it's gonna be forever. You
makes the save. Rebound to the weak side. In front.
I need a one dance. And then we start to dance, and I'm singing like.
The steal. Ben Simpson. Toe drag. Simpson in. Tucks it home. He scores!
I want you to be happier. Because I'm happy.
Right circle for Simpson. Ripped across. Hextall. Shot. Score!
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Touchdown, First up, at left wing from Praha, Czechia, number 22, Ricard Sabolichka. At center from Zlin, Czechia, number 28, Jakub Kesh. From Nishitokyo, Japan, number 13, Kazumo Sasaki.
defense from Northville, Michigan, number 3, Jack Wilson. Also on defense from the Woodlands, Texas, number 14, Carter Murphy.
Cause you know everybody running our guns. Hey, see, I'm from Texas. We got Beyonce traded.
And in goal from host Czechia, number 79, Tobias Rainbow.
When I'm in the street and shit is so good, assume the motivated boom, control the game like boom, made a rock clock.
For tonight are from the following participating teams from your fantastic finale ADM tournament: the Allegheny Badgers, the Tri-Clown County Cyclones, RMU, Westmoreland, Worcester, the Yetis, Mount Lebanon, Canton Akron Jets, Shaha, the Rebellion, the Vengeance, and your Youngstown Phantoms. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of the colors for tonight's game is by the 910th Airlift Wing Base Honor Guard, Youngstown Air Reserve Station, Ohio. Fans, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Delaney Nagel.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner that wave for the land of the free and the home of
A wonderful rendition of our national anthem on a Saturday night here in Youngstown. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack here with you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Bucks and Phantoms for the second of two meetings this season. Phantoms winning last night 4-3. Back and forth affair, very tightly contested.
For tonight's ceremonial puck drops.
Really everything you could have asked for in a hockey game last night. And the home crowd went home happy. Joined tonight by my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven. Dave pushing the buttons, keeping us on the air, paying the bills. Jim spending the money faster than Dave can earn it. Dave nods. Brendan Miller keeping things up to date on social media for you. Follow the Phantoms on X, at Y-Town Phantoms on Instagram. There's no supervisor tonight, Dave. Follow the Phantoms on X, at Y-Town Phantoms, on Instagram and Facebook, at Youngstown Phantoms. Phantoms second in the East, but have 2 games in hand on the Green Bay Gamblers, who they trail by only 2 points. Des Moines 6th in the West, trying to hold off the Waterloo Blackhawks right now 3 points clear of the Blackhawks for that final playoff spot in the West. We do have to start thinking of these things now that we are past the halfway pole of the regular season. Luke Stork checking with the off-ice officials. We are ready to go. You can roll for initiative as we are underway. Hesh wins the draw. Zemlichka couldn't find it in his skates and chipped into the zone by the Bucks. Dubrovic to Zielinski. Played toward the point, knocked down by Zemlichka. He'll carry ahead, give it to Sasaki. Sasaki trying the power move to the cage, got it on the net, and Nikolaev knocks it to the corner. Down there digging for it is Zemlichka. Taken away by the Bucks. They'll feed it to Davenport up the near side for Zupfer. Runs into some interference at the red line, and short of the red line, he'll fire it in, but no icing, so Trable out to set that up for Wilson. Jack out from behind the cage to the near side. Looks toward Hesh and then sends it ahead off of Sasaki at the red line. This one redirects just wide of the cage. Simpson taken down to the side of the net as he was battling for that loose puck. Rusinski now with it in the right corner. Behind the net looking for Simpson and found him. Cooper to the left corner. Back toward the back of the cage. Still with it. He'll feed Rusinski. Slipped it up the far wall to Houston. Center point McKinnon. Left circle Wilson. Wilson from below the dot. Got a shot away. Saved by Nikolaev. Rebound. Shoveled off the pad of Nikolaev by Tepley. Out to center. Grabbed by Tepley. Fed over to Houston. He'll slip it into the Des Moines zone, but that was right to the stick of Ori. Couldn't clear. Kept by Simpson. Cooper fires it around the kick plate to the near side. Coming in for it is Kaharchik. Up to the line for Houston. D to Berard. Brody with a shot wide of the cage off the end glass. It's grabbed by Dubrovic. Lost his footing battling forward. It comes to the top of left circle for Hextall. Right point for Berard, but it was off his skate and out to center. Brody back for it. Feeds Hextall. Jack will retreat into his own zone. Tried to send it across the ice. That pass was blocked by Wallen. Hextall able to regather, put it around the wall to Berard. Out to center. They're going to say this one could be icing on Youngstown. It will be. And we'll get our first whistle. 2 minutes and 1 second into this first period. First period presented by Safehold. We are scoreless. Fans with a couple of shots here in the opening 2:01. Nothing yet for Des Moines. Face off to the left of Trable. Face-off won by Hextall, but stolen by Saint-Hubert. Tried to feed a man in front. That was Wallen. It wouldn't go. Here's a shot from Zidlichki off the chest of Trable. Kept by the Bucks. Over to Randall. His shot off the blocker of Trable. Rebound picked up by Jardine. Fed ahead to Hextall. He will chip it behind the Des Moines cage. Randall feeds it up the wall to Zidlichki. And then out to center for Saint-Hubert. Into the zone. His shot off the skate of Wilson came to the weak side. Loose in front. Norcross tried to feed Saint-Hubert. It wouldn't go. And then a crashing Howard couldn't hold the zone. Bucks back in their own end now. McKell up to the line was looking for Searles. Pass did not connect. And that'll be icing on Des Moines. 17-14 left in the first as the Bucks get 2 shots on net quickly in that sequence. And we're now tied on the shot counter at 2-2. Face off to the left of Nikolaev, making his USHL debut. Late of the New Jersey Titans, the Moscow, Russia native. Face off controlled by the Buccaneers. Through center comes Norcross, slipped in on net. Trable will play it to Wilson, out to center off the skates of Svitov. He'll feed Anderson. Logan into the zone down the left side. Lost it behind the net, and the Buccaneers will come back ahead with it. With the puck is McKell, crosses the red line and plays it deep. Dexheimer, the defenseman, up in on the rush. Knocked off the puck by Murphy. Grabbed by Svitov, fed to Miller, and now near side for Wilson. Jack to center, pass for Anderson, stolen by Dexheimer. Drop back for McKell. McKell gains the red line and the blue. And slid it over to Zupfer. Leaned on by Murphy, and Sasaki picks up the loose change. Kaz around the net to the near side. Gains center, found Zemlichka, who will redirect it into the Des Moines end. Ori gets there ahead of Sasaki, carries around the cage to the far side. Dropped it back for Zielinski. who bumped it right back to Ori. Chipped it low and was written off the puck by Tepley. From behind the cage, Houston to Hesh and out to center, but couldn't find Sasaki. Club back into the zone, but then immediately stolen by Sasaki to Hesh, and now to the line for Zemlichka into the zone for a moment before Tyler kicked it out to center. Grabbed by Tepley, D to Houston, he'll fire it off the end wall. Settles down at the side of the cage, Hesh plays it to the corner, looking for Zemlichka, but Schmiel will bump him off, and Zielinski will feed the puck over to Zupfer, who will lift it out into the Youngstown zone. Not far enough for icing, so Des Moines to a line change. Houston from his own goal line, D to D near side for Tepley. Out to center, redirected into the zone by Rusinski. Comes around to the right half wall for McKinnon. Tried to feed it behind the cage. Pass was picked off by Argentina, and the Buccaneers will break it back through center. Dubrovic to the end wall. Knocked off the puck by Berard. Hamilton will play it up the near side. Simpson couldn't clear. Up to the point. McKell's shot is blocked by Simpson out to center, and a penalty upcoming on the Phantoms on the play. Interference is the call. And heading to the box is Jack Hamilton. Time of the penalty, 4:47. Des Moines on the power play this season, 15.5% is 14th in the USHL. Phantoms on the penalty kill, 84.5%. That is the top penalty killing unit in the United States Hockey League. Face off to the right of Trable. Rusinski, McKinnon, Wilson, Houston against Tylik, Zielinski, Zupfer, Dexheimer, and I believe Argentina. Tylik kicked out of the circle. Zupfer will step in to take the draw. And Rusinski won that face-off. Houston will send it off the window and down the ice. Ryan Seelinger out tonight with an illness. Joseph Argentina taking his spot on the top power play unit. Dexheimer to the Phantoms line, dropped it back for Argentina, spin around Rusinski and into the zone for Tylik. Pass across, redirected by Rusinski out to center, and Rusinski's in on the breakaway. Rusinski coming in, backhander stopped by Nikolaev. And the net off its pegs as Tylik went sliding into it. As I think Malachi McKinnon knocked down Riley Zupfer. That's going to draw a crowd on the near side wall. Did not see Luke Stork indicate anybody going to the penalty box. Of course, you're the Phantoms. You want to be careful here. You don't want to go down 2 men. Okay, nobody heading toward the penalty box. We'll stay at 5-on-4. 29 seconds gone on the power play. Des Moines does lead the USHL in shorthanded goals allowed. Or I guess you could say they're last in the USHL, depending on how you want to look at that. But they've allowed 7 shorthanded goals on the season. Face off to the right of Nikolaev, won by Hesh, and Wilson will play it behind the cage. Zielinski chases it down in the right corner, sends it back behind the net for Dexheimer. Dexheimer to the neutral zone, dropped it behind him to Tylik, fed over to Argentina into the zone. Fired hard around the kick plate. Wilson hustling over to the far boards. Chipped down the wall by Zupfer to Tylik. They'll battle at the half wall. Houston has Tylik pinned to the boards there. Came up toward the point, bouncing puck, and knocked out to center by Anderson. Logan feeds Hesh, but it was between his legs and over to the wall. Otherwise, Hesh might have gone in alone on Nikolaev. Anderson and Hesh will head to the bench. 45 seconds left on the power play for Des Moines. Dexheimer up the near side, dropped it back, head to the bench. Dubrovic to Randall. And then drop back for Henry Major, making his Des Moines debut. Acquired from the Chicago Steel this week is Trable from behind the cage. He'll throw it off the far window and down the ice by himself. Nice read by the Phantoms netminder. 10 seconds left on the power play for the Buccaneers. Major across was looking for Dubrovic. Pass was behind him. He'll retreat to his own end. Picked up by Major and slipped behind the cage. Dubrovic back for it. Bumped to the end wall by Zemlichka as out of the box because Hamilton. And the Phantoms have killed off their 23rd straight penalty. Rusinski from below his own goal line. Floats it to Zemlichka out to center for Murphy. Touch it to Simpson. They'll carry ahead 2-on-2. Simpson chipped it to left wing corner. Murphy tried to get there ahead of him, but lost his footing. Played up the wall, kept by Rusinski for a moment, but then taken off his twig by Wallen. Into the zone comes Zemlichka. Fed it into the corner, but grabbed by McKinnon. Around the wall, kept by Ori. Back down low to Zemlichka. Pulled out of his skates by Searles. Fed cross point for Ori. Eyes the cage. Ori turns, fires, chest save by a standing Trable. Rebound picked up by Simpson. 3-on-2 for the Phantoms if they can hurry. Simpson into the skates of Ori. Picked it up, shot, save, rebound. But Rusinski cross-checked into the cage as it comes off its moorings. That's going to draw a crowd. Rusinski's pushed down from behind by Searles. And we'll have our media timeout while Luke Stork sorts this out. 12:13 left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game. McDavid to the net. Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 12:13 left in the first. We're scoreless. Looking to see if anything's going to come from that post-whistle fracas. I think we're actually still in our media timeout here, as it took them a while to get the teams to their benches. I have not seen either penalty box door open for anything other to give Luke Stork a drink of water. All right, looks like we're going to stay 5-on-5. Face-off will be to the left of Nikolaev. Hextall to take the draw. And wins that face-off to the point for Houston. Down the wall to Jardine. To Hextall, the top of the circles for a one-timer. Kicked out by Nikolaev. Buccaneers cleared the rebound down into the Phantoms' end. Houston plays the bouncing puck around the kick plate to Jardine in the neutral zone. To Kuharczyk to Hextall into the zone. Jack fed it cross point far side for Houston. Cal. D over to Adams. His shot blocked and went wide of the cage. Jardine shoveled the rebound up the far wall, made it to Houston at the point. Back down the wall. Hextall lets it go through to the corner, picked up by Jardine. Stripped of the puck by Dexheimer, carries around the cage to the near side, sends it off the window and down the ice. Did Houston get a piece of it at center? No, so icing called on the Buccaneers. 11:26 left in the first. We're still scoreless. Shots on goal 5-3 in favor of Youngstown. Checking on the Green Bay Gambler score, they trail Fargo 4-1 with 4 minutes left in the third. Youngstown right now, again, 2 points behind Green Bay entering play today for first in the East, and Youngstown has 2 games in hand. Des Moines clears it out to center off the offensive zone draw. Miller picked up in the neutral zone, sent it over to Wilson, back to Miller in their own end. Sean will carry it ahead, enters the neutral zone ahead off of Anderson, redirected into the Bucks end, but grabbed by Ori, he'll drop it back for Coring. Coring up the far wall, clubbed out to center by Ori, but grabbed by Murphy in the neutral zone, he'll feed it over to Svitov. Svi sends it into the zone. Nikolaev out to play it around, hit a stanchion, came back into the circle, picked up by Miller, fed Murphy. His shot blocked in the slot. Came over to Anderson on the far wall, behind the cage for Miller. Sean fed it to Svitov. Svi carries far side, trying to get away from Tylik. Ori stripped him the puck, fed it up the near wall. Wilson will keep, bumped it back to the line. Anderson couldn't hold the zone. Got shoved around in front of the Des Moines bench, but it came back to Murphy in his own end. To Wilson, back to Murphy along the far wall. Forwards are changing for the Phantoms as Murphy carries into the zone. Carter waits for help, fired his shot. Big pad save by Nikolaev. The rebound was loose in the slot, but the Phantoms were sitting at the near post. Ori up the wall to Randall, who will lift it down into the Phantoms' end. Hamilton quickly up for it, looking for Sasaki. And I believe icing called on the Youngstown Phantoms. 9:59 left in the first. Are we starting immediate timeout? Okay, nope, we're keeping it here. I thought it was icing on Youngstown. Linesman not very clear with their indicators there, trying to help out our game operations crew. Had the ice shovelers out on the ice. We had started some promo stuff, but nope, we're going to keep it here. Hesh to take the draw against the St. Hubert, who wins it back to the point for Schmiel. Fed down low, came through Wallen around to the far half. Randall pinching in to keep it alive. Played back to the point to St. Hubert, holds the zone. To Wallen, stolen by Hesh, worked it to Zemlichka. Up to the line for Sasaki. Kazmo, right circle, back to the point, but Berard hadn't entered the zone yet. Phantoms will have to retreat. Berard, pass ahead off of Wallen. It came to St. Hubert, who brings it into the zone. Bumped off his skates by Berard, who grabs it behind the cage, feeds it up the near wall for Zemlichka, but had it taken away from behind by Wallen. Fed back to the Youngstown line for St. Hubert. He'll chip it to Hesh, who lost his footing on the play, to Wallen, then back to St. Hubert. Berard battling for it. Sasaki played it to the line, kept by Dexheimer. Second effort out to center. Zemlichka surrounded by 3 Buccaneers. Still battling for it along the far side. He will get it deep. Nice work by Zemlichka. Nikolaev feeds it up the far wall to Dexheimer. Off of Wallen and out to center. Trickles down to Houston, just inside his own blue line. Quickly gets it out to center. Off the wall came to Tepley. Monte from the red line, fired off the end wall. Dexheimer beat Simpson to the puck, carried around the cage to the near side, and now out to center. Pass ahead off the skates of Rusinski, came back to Mikkel and down into the Youngstown zone. Could have been icing, but play continues. Argentina into the slot. Mikkel turns, fires, blocked by Simpson, and the rebound backhanded out to center. Don't think this has enough steam on it for icing. It does not, and Ori will come back to play it below the bottom of the right circle in his own end. Ori, past McKinnon, red line and blue into the Youngstown zone, but offside are the Des Moines Buccaneers, and that should be our immediate timeout. 8:14 left in the first. We're scoreless. Listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center. 8:14 left in the first. We're still scoreless. Shots on goal for the game, 6-3 in favor of Youngstown. Neutral zone draw coming just outside the Phantoms blue line to the far side. Phantoms have a home game coming up on Wednesday against the U17s. Puck drops at 7:05. Has played into the zone, and it came off our official. Zupfer tried to feed it into the slot, but right to a Phantom stick it went, and Houston will now play it out to center. Off of Jardine, it comes to Hextall. Jacket in the zone down the right side, watched by Ori. Carries around the cage, lost it in the left corner, picked up by Zupfer. Banked ahead to Zielinski. He'll play it just wide of the cage. Trable will usher it behind the net where it's grabbed by Tepley. Mate spins. Worked it to Houston behind the cage. Cal up to Jardine. Evan will carry across the red line and then dump it in when he hits the blue. Came around the kick plate to the right side for Hextall, but came through out to center. Murphy at his own line. Spins away from Zielinski up to Hextall and fed into the zone for Kaharchik, but couldn't take the pass cleanly. Back up to the line. Des Moines feeds it down into the Youngstown end. No icing as Wilson's with it. Wilson out to center. Couldn't find an intended target. Taken away by the Bucks. Into the zone comes Searles. Down the wall to Norcross. Norcross left corner. Backhanded up to the point for Randall. His shot stopped by Trable. Couldn't find the puck, but it had come weak side, and Hextall will send it off the window and ahead for Miller. Miller around a man. Shot. Nikolaev a save, and he holds. Pretty work there by Sean Miller. Looking for an angle as he came in tight. Miller, 1 goal on the season, 6 assists. That 1 goal was a big one. It was a game tire in the second game of the season against Cedar Rapids. I think there were about 2 minutes left in that one. Fans were getting ready to pull the goaltender. That ended up being a shootout win for Youngstown against the Rough Riders in game number 2, back on September the 20th. Youngstown wins the offensive zone draw. Wilson down to Anderson in the corner, but taken away by the Bucks as Wilson loses his helmet. He has to go immediately to the bench. Buccaneers setting things up from behind their net. Davenport out to center for de Saint-Hubert. And from the red line, he'll backhand it into the Youngstown zone. Murphy to Berard. Up the far wall from Miller. Couldn't clear. De Saint-Hubert trying to feed the left point, but Dexheimer's out to center. And the Buccaneers will instead play it deep and head off for a line change as Murphy snaps it ahead to Miller at the red line. He'll redirect it deep so that Youngstown can start a line change of their own. Ori trying to fend off Hesh in his own zone. Sending into the corner for Coring. Back to Ori, who carries out to center. To Major, and then to Dubrovic. His shot wide of the cage. Argentina lost it looking for it on the rebound. It'll come to Sasaki, who lost it to Dubrovic. To Major, one-timer blocked by Hesh. To Zemlichka. Gains the red line. Slipped it around Ori, who poked it to the corner. As Dubrovic had a broken stick on the play, linesman trying to help him to the bench. As Des Moines will bring it back to center. Argentina dumped it in, but right to the glove of Jack Hamilton. He'll feed it over to Cal Houston. And back to Hamilton in the middle of the ice. Out to the red line for Simpson into the zone, left circle. Toe drag and a shot. Nikolaev the save. Rebound. Scores! He may not know karate, but he knows kareze. It's Kazuma Sasaki putting Youngstown in front. His 4th goal of the season. Time of that goal, 14:51. And Youngstown has a 1-0 lead. Beautiful toe drag and a shot by Simpson to create the scoring opportunity. The old pass off the pads. As Nikolaev down and out on the play. And another great effort by Simpson to get out of the way and let Sasaki shoot at the open net. Youngstown wins the draw, fired into the zone by Houston. Around the kick plate it comes to the weak side. Rusinski chipped it behind the cage. But taken by the Buccaneers and cleared out to center. Buccaneers with it. From the red line, it's Reynolds chipping it just wide of the cage. Trable chipped it to a defenseman, and Houston will play it out to center. Off the skates of Simpson, played ahead for Rusinski into the zone. Rusinski lost it as he tried to cut to the middle. He had a man on the weak side. I believe that was McKinnon. Here Rusinski keeps at the line, but second effort, Des Moines plays it back ahead into the zone. Comes Searles. His shot mostly blocked by Houston. It did trickle on net, and Trable will throw the trapper on top of it. 4:20 left in the first. Faceoff will be to the right of Trable. Faceoff to the right, and Searles wins that draw against Hextall. Davenport floats it down the far wall, but it was partially deflected by Kaharchik. It came to Hextall in the corner, tried to feed it up the wall. Searles broke that up. Back down the boards it goes into the corner. Howard has his stick tangled on Wilson. Play continues. Hextall took it away, feeds it near side for Murphy, bumped up to Wilson in the neutral zone. Jack danced around Searles, gains the red line, tried to feed it across to Hextall. It hit Howard, and into the zone came the Phantoms, but offside. .352 left in the first. Final score from Green Bay, Fargo 5 and Green Bay 1. As the Force turning the tables, I believe that was also the final score last night. As faceoff won at center cleanly by de Saint-Hubert. Coring up the near wall to Zidlichki. Kept at the line by Hextall. Jack battling for that puck, top of the left circle, popped up in the air, rolled into the left corner for Jardine. Fed Wilson at the left point. D to D over to Murphy. Carter back to Wilson near side. Wilson toe drag. Don't know if it was a shot or not, as Wilson lost his stick on the play. Zidlichki slow to react as a shot on the cage by Hextall, stopped by Nikolaev. Puck fed around the wall, kept at the line by Murphy. Feeds it near side for Houston. Cal, spinorama into the left corner, then over to Jardine. Back to Houston near side. Cal up to Kaharchik at the point. That shot was blocked in the circle by de Saint-Hubert. Here Hextall tried to feed Houston. Fanned on the pass and played it out to center. Hextall took the body on de Saint-Hubert. So Youngstown can come away with the puck in neutral. Here it's Murphy ahead, up to Jardine, who redirects it into the zone. Heads off for a change. Schmiel threw some contact below his goal line. Up the near side, Argentina bumped it back below the goal line. Schmiel got there in the corner, fed it over to Coring. Back over to Schmiel near side. As Des Moines tries to break it out to center, they do. It's Dubrovic. Across the red line, he'll fire it to the end wall. Comes around to the left corner. Houston, the first one to it for Youngstown. Tries to feed it up the wall. He'll find Miller. Sean back across to Tepley. Over to Svitov. Tried to run the give and go to Tepley, but the pass was contacted and ended up behind him. And Des Moines will feed it back to the Youngstown end. Berard quick up to the Des Moines line, and Miller will redirect it deep, head off for a line change. Svitov in on the forecheck. Banks it off one man. Tried to step out in front. It was a nice move by Svitov, but he lost the puck. Des Moines back through center. Tylik across the red line. He'll fire it in. Trable able to slow it down behind the cage and then spin it past Tylik up the near wall. Kept to the right point by McKell. Down into the corner for Zupfer. Stripped to the puck by Tepley. Grabbed by Hesh. Hesh getting hooked from behind. Penalty upcoming on the Bucks. As Hesh got it deep. And there's the touch by Dexheimer. And Phantoms will head to their first power play of the game. Time of the penalty, 8:16. As Owen Tylik guilty of a hook. Phantoms on the power play, 27.7% second in the USHL. Buccaneers, 78.9% on the kill. That is 8th in the USHL. Phantoms were 1 for 5 on the power play last night. Power play goal came off the stick of Cooper Simpson. Rusinski to take the draw against Searles. And Searles won that draw. Ori to Davenport. Tripped behind the cage by Hextall. And that'll take care of the power play. Once Youngstown gets a touch, it's right there. And Hextall, no arguing, skates right to the box. So, Phantom power play 0 for 1, lasted all of 10 seconds. And we will skate 4-on-4 for the remaining 94 seconds of the first period. So we'll have, 16 seconds of carryover 4-on-4 time, and then Des Moines will get a 10-second power play in the second period. Face off to the left of Treble, Hesh to take the draw against Argentina. Both of these teams scored a 4-on-4 goal last night. Draw won by the Bucks. Davenport, left point for Ori. Flicked it to the cross corner. Davenport got there first. Fitted in front, they score! Dubrovic was already down on a knee, and he's able to redirect it home. Jakub Dubrovic, second goal of the season. And Des Moines has tied the game. Time of the goal, 18:37. And that pass went past both the sticks of Carter Murphy and Jakob Hesch. Ryan Ward not going to be happy about that one. Face-off won by Rusinski. Tepley with it. Fourth 4-on-4 goal allowed by the Phantoms this year.
A power play goal at 18:37 of the first period.
Houston into the zone. Dropped it behind him for Rusinski. Rue over to Tepley. Down the wall to Houston. Across Rusinski. Less than a minute remaining in the first period. We're tied at 1. Tepley to Zemlichka, to Houston, shot, save, rebound, where is it? Behind the net, Rusinski to Houston, in the right corner. 40 seconds left in the period. Rusinski around the kick plate to Tepley. Took a bump, still protecting the puck. Rusinski pried it free, fed it far side for Houston. Cal to the right circle, back to the point for Rusinski. Rue still with it, watched by Randall. Carries around the cage to the near side. Rusinski still with it. Across to Houston. Cal turning, firing. Zemlichka couldn't redirect it home. Oh, I thought that was in. Buccaneers with it. They'll feed it up the far wall and out to center. 10 seconds left in the period. Into the zone comes Argentina. Turns, feeds it across, redirected out to center by Rusinski, and that will do it for the first period. Phantoms get a goal from Kazimo Sasaki, but the game is tied up by Jakub Dubrovic. And at the end of 20 minutes, the Des Moines Buccaneers and Youngstown Phantoms are tied at 1 goal apiece. Shots on goal for the first period, 9-6 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
We're going to turn it over to the public address mic as they're having an induction ceremony for the Air Force down on the ice.
Local towns and cities. So without further ado, we're going to administer the oath of enlistment to a few more members right here tonight. So recruits, if you could raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations to those young men and women who are choosing to serve our country as members of the United States Air Force. Welcome back into the Cavelli Center, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our first intermission report. At the end of 20 minutes of play, the Des Moines Buccaneers and Youngstown Phantoms are tied at 1 goal apiece. Phantoms open the scoring at the 14:51 mark off the stick of Kazimo Sasaki for Kaz. His fourth goal of the season, assisted by Cooper Simpson and Jack Hamilton. And Youngstown had a 1-0 lead. Went on a power play a couple of minutes later, but 10 seconds into that power play, Jack Hextall guilty of a trip, so we played 4-on-4. And off that face-off, which was won by the Buccaneers, played into the corner, and Jason Davenport redirected it in off of Jakub Dubrovic for Dubrovic, his second goal of the season. Davenport and Keaton Ori with the helpers, and that is how Des Moines tied the game. Phantoms 0 for 1 on the power play. Des Moines also 0 for 1. They will have a 10-second power play. After, I think, 26 seconds of the second period. Andrei Nikolaev in his USHL debut has stopped 8 out of 9. Tobias Trebel has stopped 5 out of 6. Going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chucka Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little flag in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little flag in your day. Put a little flag in your day.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
Tree preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center. First intermission report. Phantoms and Buccaneers tied at 1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. One USHL game already gone final, and the Fargo Force go into Green Bay and down the Gamblers 5-1. No other USHL games underway as of yet. Looks like quite a few going to be getting underway at 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central. Lincoln will be in Kearney to take on the Tri-City Storm. Chicago will be in Sioux City to battle the Musketeers. Big comeback by the Musketeers last night to at least force overtime before the Steel got the extra point to snap Chicago's 7-game losing streak. Muskegon and Sioux Falls will also battle up at the Premier Center. Getting underway at 7:35 Eastern, 6:35 Central. Omaha and Waterloo at Young Arena. And a pair of 8:05 Eastern, 7:05 Central starts. It'll be Madison and Cedar Rapids at the Stable, and Team USA against Dubuque. Over to the NHL scoreboard. Penguins' 6-game winning streak is over. They fall to Calgary 2-1. Bruins hang a 10 spot on the New York Rangers. Bruins 10-2 winners over the Broadway Blue Shirts. Avalanche shut out the Blue Jackets 4-0. Sharks 5-4 overtime winners against the Stars. Over to the college hockey scoreboard. Third period in Erie, Army leads Mercyhurst 4-0. Sacred Heart with a 3-1 lead over Niagara in the third period. Third period in Rochester, Robert Morris and RIT tied at 1. Ohio State leads Michigan State 2-1 halfway through the third in Columbus. Penn State with a 3-1 lead over Minnesota. Second period just underway in Happy Valley. Wisconsin leads Alaska Anchorage 2-0 first intermission. UMass leads Boston University 1-0 first intermission. Maine and Providence are scoreless 90 seconds into the second period. Augustana leads Northern Michigan 1-0 first intermission. Bowling Green leads Ferris State 1-0 first intermission. Brown beats St. Lawrence 4-1. And we'll get a check on the LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers in the NFC wild card game. Rams with a 20-17 lead right now. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and our first intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, second period action between the Phantoms and Buccaneers. We're going to start at 4-on-4 here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games away for you and me, the Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day, put a little play in your day.
Watch this. Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTV, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second period. Tied at 1, shots on goal in the first period, 9-6 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to start at 4-on-4 for the first 16 seconds, and then Des Moines will have a 10-second power play. Ice still looks a little wet, so I think that's maybe what the delay in action here is. Again, Phantoms have a Wednesday night home game upcoming against Team USA. U17s will be in town, 7:05 puck drop, 6:45 pregame show here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. If you are in the Mahoning Valley, we'd love to have you out here. Great seats still available. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK. That is 330-747-7825. All right. Luke Stork says we're ready to go. Zielinski and Rusinski approach center ice. Roll for initiative. Second period's underway as Rusinski wins the draw. Back to Wilson. Jack in his own zone. D-to-D over to Houston. Back to Wilson along the far wall. Drop back to Houston. 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4. To Wilson. To Rusinski. Eyes the clock. Drops it back to Houston. Des Moines on their 10-second power play. And Wilson will clear it down the ice. Bounces off the side of the net. And Phantoms are back to full strength. And are 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Davenport off of Zielinski. Redirected into the Youngstown zone. Houston feeds it up the far wall, stopped off by Zielinski, fed it to the side of the cage. And a shot from, I believe, Tylek shoved off the side of the net. Phantoms for the rebound. Rusinski banks it ahead to Simpson, redirected into the zone, but right to the stick of Coring. He'll feed it over to Ori, who danced around Rusinski. Couldn't clear, however, but Simpson couldn't hold the zone either. Gathered in by Rusinski over to McKinnon. Across, trying to feed Simpson for the one-timer. Pass was broken up by Tylek. Buccaneers coming ahead 3-on-2, but rush broken up by Murphy. Puck out to center for Simpson. Cooper into the zone. Cooper trying to walk down the middle, couldn't do it. Cleared out to center by Des Moines. Picked up by Tepley and fired back into the zone. Phantoms are offside on the reentry. Now they've tagged up and can try to get in on the forecheck, but Ori breaks it quickly with a pass to Zielinski. Fed near side for Tylek. He'll chip it past Jardine and head off for a line change. Murphy to it behind the net. Feeds it up the wall to Koharchik. Touch behind him to Jardine. Jardine shoved down by Dexheimers. The puck rolled into the left corner of the Buccaneers' end. De Saint-Hubert up the near side. Zidlicki couldn't clear. Koharchik held the zone. Worked it to Hextall. Jack pitchforked it over to left corner. Jardine lost his footing behind the net. And Des Moines will get it out to center. Trickled free to Tepley. To Jardine, who tried to feed it back to Tepley, but he collided with a Buccaneer at center. Now quickly back to the line for Zidlicki. He has it in the right corner as he's pinned to the boards by Jack Hamilton. 2 minutes, 15 seconds gone here in the second period. We're tied at 1. Still looking for our first shot of this middle frame. Puck finally comes free of the corner, and a big hit by the Buccaneers, and going down. And Cade de Saint-Hubert has to defend himself against Mate Tepley. Both of them have their gloves off. Tepley got off balance and goes down. I can't tell if that's Kaharchik. It is Matusz Kaharchik down on all fours being attended to by Amber Martinelli. And I think I saw Luke Stork indicate he wants to go to the monitor to check to see if this is going to be a major penalty. So we're going to step aside. 17:33 left in the second. We're tied at 1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Okay, so I'm told it will remain a minor penalty against the Des Moines Buccaneers. Cade de Saint-Hubert for head contact, and he also gets 5 and 10 for fighting. Mate Tepley, 5 and 10 for fighting. Has actually checked that it is Jason Davenport with the head contact penalty. So Youngstown to their second power play. First one was only 10 seconds long. Luke Stork over to talk to Ryan Ward. So it'll be Jardine, Rusinski, Simpson, Wilson, and Hextall. Faceoff will be to the left of Nikolaev. For the Bucks, it'll be Searles, Argentina, Coring, and Ori. And Searles will take the draw against Rusinski. Rue wins it cleanly to the point for Wilson. To Hextall, near side. Jack down into the corner. Now back up to the half wall to Wilson, back to Hextall. Side of the cage, Jardine. Shot scores! Bibbidi bobbidi boo, Phantoms have goal number 2. Took all of 12 seconds on that power play, and it's Evan Jardine, his 10th goal of the season, 7th on the power play. I believe the 21st power play goal of Evan's Phantoms career, which puts him in second place all time on that list for the Phantoms. I think also Evan's first goal in 6 or 7 games, so great to see him off that schneid. And Youngstown back in front, it's 2-1. So I think Jardine from Hextall and Wilson, I think, as Des Moines here maybe has iced the puck. They have. Time of the goal, 2:39 for Jardine. And so off the icing whistle, faceoff will be back in the Buccaneers' end to the right of Nikolaev. Don't know if I brought it up. Matushka Harchik did go down the runway under his own power, but is not currently on the bench. Janlichka wins the faceoff cleanly back to Hamilton. D over to Houston. His shot right to the glove of Nikolaev, who holds. Des Moines will get a line change. Janlichka, Hesh, and Sasaki will remain out. Face-off won cleanly by the Phantoms. Hamilton, center point to Sasaki. Turns, fires, missed the cage high and wide. All right, still reading the penalties off of the fighting as Sasaki re-enters the zone, but chipped right back out the center by Argentina. Ushered ahead by Dubrovic. Tried to get it to Major, but stripped to the puck by Zemlichka, who's then shouldered down by Argentina. Phantoms still with control, and it's Sasaki. Has a step, but decided to wait. Sends it past Mikhail through Hesh and around to Zemlichka near side. Center point to Hamilton. Jack comes far side, down the wall to Sasaki. Back to Hamilton at the point. D over to Houston near side. His shot right to Argentina, and he'll cover the rebound. .16-18 left in the second. Phantoms leading 2-1. We entered the period tied. Des Moines when tied after one this year, 3-6-1-1. Phantoms when tied after one, 8-5-0. Phantoms, though, 16-1-0-1 when scoring first this season. Faceoff won cleanly by Anderson. Berard shot, hit bodies in the slot, ricochet to the right corner. Grabbed by Anderson. And he will backhand it up to Berard at the point once more. His one-timer hit a body in the slot again. Below the goal line it goes. Svitov lost his footing battling for the puck. Anderson still looking for it. Tangled up with Wallen. Wallen has Anderson in a headlock. And then Davenport comes in and throws down Hamilton, and Stork has blown the whistle. Don't know on who. Oh, and back at center ice, Zidlichki and Berard are going to go. Zidlichki with the right. Berard takes him down immediately, throws a couple of punches with him down on the ice. These two spent training camp together as Zidlichki was traded on the eve of the season to the Buccaneers. Berard fired up. I'm just worried that these two are going to get extra penalties or maybe a suspension for a stoppage time fight. We get our second bout of the period. Anderson's in the box. Davenport's in the box. De Saint-Hubert's in the box. And Luke Stork may want to put in for combat pay this weekend. So I guess my only question is Reese Wallen also in the Des Moines penalty box? And Stork doing everything he can to keep control of this game. 15:50 left in the second. Amber Martinelli back on the Youngstown bench. Let me see if I can see Matuszka Harchik. I see Ricard Janlichka, but that's 22, not 23. So we have a 2-minute penalty to Anderson on the board. We have a 2-minute penalty to Davenport on the board. I mean, my reading of that situation was that, Wallen had Anderson in a headlock. And then Davenport came in over the top and knocked Anderson down. So really, Wallen and Anderson should have gotten the matching minors, and Davenport should have gotten the one on top. But it looks like we're going to play 4-on-4 in even strength. Rusinski wins the draw to Houston. Cal stepping in. Shot! Scores! How much Briar Hill pizza can you eat? It's Cal Houston scoring his first of the season. Phantoms lead 3-1. Time of the goal, 4:15. As Houston snapped it 5-hole on Nikolaev. Derek Damon barking at one of the linesmen on the near side. Not sure about what he's signaling to Luke Stork. So Stork over to talk to Derek Damon. And now Stork over to talk to Ryan Ward. Okay, we're ready to play hockey. Damon said his piece, and we're ready to go. Des Moines wins the draw, but right to Cooper Simpson in the net. Shot and a save by Nikolaev off the glove. Rebound grab by Randall. Sends it up the near side, kept to the left point by Hamilton. Down the wall to Rusinski. Rue fed it across. Simpson will gather it in and take it out to center. Again, we're at 4-on-4. As Simpson drops it back to Houston. Cal into the zone, slides it over to Rusinski, far side. Rue walks the blue line, snaps it over to Simpson in the right corner. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. Major will pick it up and carry around the cage for the Bucks. Out to center for Zupfer. Into the red line for Randall. Randall chipped to the end wall, grabbed by Hamilton, and he'll just feed it out to center. Picked up at the Buccaneer line by Simpson. Knocked out of the scrum by Major, but couldn't bring it into the Youngstown end cleanly. It's taken by Hamilton. Sent over to Wilson near side. And Jack will spin away from his own blue line, away from Zupfer, wait for fresh forwards on the ice. Gives it up to Jack Hextall. Hexy into the zone. Spins at the side of the cage, far side. Hextall, top of the left circle. Hextall still with it. Hextall, bottom of the right circle now. Spins again. Feeds the center point for Wilson. Jack toe drag, brings it out to center. Trades it off to Murphy. 25 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Sasaki to Wilson. Skate to stick, back to Sasaki. Kaz, bomb to the left circle, spins in the corner. Up to the point for Wilson. Jack walks the blue line, one hand on his stick, chips it past a couple, rolls toward the cage, and Dexheimer slid into his own net. And we'll have our media timeout. 14:01 left in the second. Phantoms lead 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.14:01 left in the second. Phantoms lead 3-1. Having some fun with one of the youth hockey teams in town for a tournament. I think that's the Pittsburgh Vengeance, if I'm reading the jerseys correctly. Offensive zone draw for the Phantoms to the left of Nikolaev. 11 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Zemlichka wins the draw to Hesh. Chip to the point to Houston. Back to Hesh. Hesh walked to the middle. Shot. Shoulder save by Nikolaev. Rebound. Played to the corner by Zemlichka, but Ori got there ahead of him. Left it to Coring. We're back to 5-a-side. Hesh to Zemlichka. Tried to feed Houston. The point pass was blocked by Tylik. Came down the wall to Ori. Played it behind the net to Coring. Now Zielinski. Out to the Youngstown line off of Wallen, but played right back out the center by Hamilton. Glove down by Tylik. No hand pass there as into the zone came Wallen, but he's knocked off the puck. Came to Houston behind the cage. Cal off the near side. Nice keep at the point by Ori, but loose change grabbed by Svitov and played back out to center. Dumped back into the zone by Jardine. And now he will redirect it down into the Des Moines end while Youngstown completes their line change. Hesh triple teamed as Zemlichka put a man down hard. That's going to be a check from behind. Interference called by Luke Stork. Don't think that one is right, but definitely a penalty on Zemlichka. So Des Moines going to head to the power play. Time of that penalty, the 7-minute mark of this second period. I believe it'll be the third power play of the game for the Buccaneers. So we have Dexheimer, Argentina, Zielinski, Tylik, and Zupfer. Argentina to take the draw. Faceoff over won by Youngstown, and Wilson will get the clear. It's Ryan Rusinski winning the faceoff for Youngstown. Nikolaev sets it up for Dexheimer. Carries up the middle of the ice. Brings it to the red line, drops it back for Argentina. He'll cross the red line. Played it off the skates of Tylik, and now Des Moines will have to wind it back in their own zone again. Dexheimer spins away from McKinnon. Gains the red line, drops it off for Argentina, who then ran into Tylik, and then McKinnon, as the puck came back to Dexheimer, he'll slip it into the zone for Zielinski. Back up the wall to Dexheimer, fed below the goal line. Into the right corner for Zielinski. Chipped out of the scrum by the Phantoms. They'll find Wilson, and Jack will send it off the near boards and down the ice. 1:10 left in the power play for the Buccaneers. Nikolaev, quick up for Randall. Put into the boards by Hamilton. Puck came to the Phantoms. They'll send it around the kick plate. Kept at the right point by Howard. Fed down into the corner. Back to Howard at the right point. Center point for Randall. Back to Howard along the wall. Randall at the line. And then Howard as they're playing catch. To Dubrovic, to Howard. Howard, center point for Randall. To Howard, his shot is blocked by Hesh. Rebound kept at the line by Randall, fed to Howard, and around the kick plate through Wallen to Major on the near side. Major double team, fed it down into the corner for Wallen. Back to Major. Left circle, center point, Randall. One-timer, pad save by Trable. Rebound cleared by Hesh. Nikolaev stops it with the skate behind his net. 10 seconds left in the power play for Des Moines. Randall's pass across to Howard, as Des Moines here may have iced the puck. They're going to wave off the icing, but Phantoms are back to full strength. Zemlichka out of the box. Des Moines 0 for 3 on the power play. Wilson fanned on his pass as it trickled to Argentina. He'll come into the zone. Floats over to the far wall, fed to the side of the net, knocked away by Youngstown. Came to Rusinski, played off the corner boards to himself, then fed it left corner for Houston. Cal bumped it back to the captain. Fires around the kick plate and then whacked out to center by McKinnon, but couldn't get it any further down the ice. Des Moines resumes the attack, though. Slip it behind the cage. Trable got there first. He'll fire it up the near wall, hit a stanchion. Rusinski able to pick it up and get it out to center. Searles turned it over to Simpson. Cooper, left side, shot, missed the cage. Around to Rusinski near wall. His shot on the cage, glove save by Nikolaev. Rebound cleared out to center. Skated into by Zielinski, and he'll feed it over to Norcross. Dropped it off behind him for Mikkel. His shot wide of the cage, grabbed off the end wall by Murphy. Around the cage to the near side, out to center, had McKinnon leaking. Pass picked off by Davenport. Sends it right back in to the Phantom zone. Trable sets it up for Adams. Over to Murphy. Ahead to Simpson at the Des Moines line. Redirects into the zone. He heads off for a line change. Dexheimer got it behind the cage. Up to Zupfer at the line to Zielinski. Fired near side for Tylek. He'll sweep into the Youngstown zone. Trable couldn't stop it behind the net. Came to the right point for Davenport. His shot blocked. Zielinski throws it in front. Turning shot by the Buccaneers goes wide. Believe that was Zupfer in on the play as Svitov plays it deep for the Phantoms. Off of Miller, comes back to Svitov near corner. Kicked it to Miller. Threw it off the side of the net. Back below the goal it goes. Svitov battling for it. Down to his knees. Knocked down by Zupfer, who played it up the wall to Zielinski. Chipped back into the corner. Skated into by Davenport. Sent near side over to Randall. Back to Zielinski, far side. He'll gain centers. We are 9 minutes left in the second period. As this goes off the glove of Houston. In on net, Trable will make that pad save and then played it over to the defense. And I believe that was Hamilton iced the puck. So face off down into the Youngstown zone with 8:53 left in this second period. We owe you a media timeout. Shots on goal for the game, 15-8 in favor of Youngstown. You may have heard them call for immediate timeout. We are going to keep it right here as that was an icing whistle. Shots on goal for the game, 15-8 in favor of Youngstown. That is 6-2 in the period in favor of the Phantoms. Youngstown also has a pair of goals here in the middle frame. One of those belonging to Jardine, the other one to Cal Houston. Phantoms control the draw. Svitov to Houston, gains the red line and fires in. Came off the end wall to the side of the cage. Quickly swept back below the goal line by Coring. Came up to the right point, kept by Houston. Below the cage, it comes to Hesh. Hesh trying to step out in front, but lost the puck to Argentina, who sends it out to Major at center, who's shoved down by Cal Houston. Back into the Des Moines zone, Coring. Up the wall to Ori. Lost it in his skates as he battled with Hesh. Up to the right point, Murphy. Had it knocked away by Major. 3-on-2 for Des Moines if they can hustle. Phantoms get a man back, and that cuts off the rust as a shot by the Buccaneers goes wide. Major keeps the rebound, chips it down into the left wing corner. Only one there, however, Carter Murphy. Sends it far side for Wilson, out to center for Zemlichka. Chipped it ahead but couldn't find Sasaki. It's cut off by Mikkel as he collides with Jack Hextall. And I think Hextall going to get called for interference here. It'll be the third penalty of the game for Hextall as the shot by Wallen goes wide. Kept at the left point by Zielinski. And then Youngstown gets a touch and actually a trip going to be called on Jack Hextall. I don't know how you can have a trip on a shoulder-to-shoulder collision, but we'll have immediate timeout. 7:47 left in the second. Phantoms lead 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center. Phantoms heading to the penalty kill for the fourth time tonight. Jack Hextall in the box for a tripping. Faceoff will be to the right of Trable. Tylik to take the draw against Rusinski. Top power play unit going to start for the Buccaneers. And 7:47 left in the second as Tylik wins the faceoff. Over to Argentina at the right point. Feed center point for Dexheimer, back to Argentina along the wall. Goal line extended, and then back to Argentina. Fed down the wall, picked off by Houston, and he will clear it down the length of the ice. Dexheimer back for it. To his own blue line, dropped it back for Argentina. Went wide around Rusinski and then chipped it to the left wing corner. Hamilton took Argentina to the wall, but it is Des Moines with the puck. Into the right circle for Zielinski. Played to the top of the left circle for Zupfer. He'll float over to the wall, then feed it to Dexheimer at the point. Point to point over to Argentina, far side. Side of the cage, then to Zielinski at the bumper. His shot missed the cage as Trable lost his post there for a minute. Went swimming outside the blue paint, but Des Moines unable to cash it in. Now it's up for top of the left circle. Looking back to the point, kept at the line by Dexheimer. Fed across to Zup for top of the left circle again, more than halfway home here on the power play for Des Moines. Dexheimer over to Argentina, top of the right circle, side of the cage for Tylik, turns and feeds it across, but nobody there for Des Moines. Kept at the left point by Zupfer. 40 seconds left in the power play. Side of the net for Zielinski. Tried to bank it in off of Trable. He wasn't having it, and the puck loose there at the near side of the net, and Trable throws the trapper on top of it. Phantoms able to get some tired bodies off the ice there. They had been out the entire penalty kill after Youngstown got that initial clear. Des Moines did a good job pinning them in for about the next minute 15. Right now, 34 seconds left in the fourth Des Moines power play. Face-off to the right of Trable Anderson to take the draw against Wallen. Except Wallen's going to get kicked out of the circle. Major stepping in to take the draw for the Bucks. Face-off was won by Anderson, skated ahead by Murphy. Carter looking to kill as much time here as possible, gain the red line, and then slid it into the left wing corner. Came behind the cage. Randall will quickly touch it back to the left corner for Dubrovic, and now back to Randall. He'll carry ahead up the middle of the ice, gains the red line, drops it back for Howard. Fed over toward Dubrovic. Pass was out of his reach. It came to Jack Wilson, who will just turn and fire it down the ice. 10 seconds left in the tripping call to Jack Hextall as Nikolaev sets it up for Randall. Maybe just time to get into the zone here for the Bucks if they can hurry. Howard, red line in blue, into the zone. Out of the box is Jack Hextall. The puck trickles behind the cage. Jardine there for Youngstown. Ran into Major. Loose change picked up by Murphy. Sent it off the window and out of play. 5:39 left in the second. Des Moines 0 for 4 on the power play. Also 0 for 4 last night. Faceoff going to stay in the Youngstown defensive zone. They're going to drop it to the right of Trable. So we are back to 5 skaters aside. Searles to take the draw against Hextall. Searles will win that draw. Center point, Ori. Back left point for Davenport. Low shot, redirected in front and right to the belly of Trable, who holds. That might have been Searles with the down low redirect. Face off to the right of Trable once more. Searles and Hextall on the draw. Face off won cleanly by Hextall. Adams into the corner for it. Pitchforks it up the boards. Kept at the left point by Davenport. Fed back down the wall. Picked off by Hextall. He'll feed it out to Jardine at center. Jardine to the red line. Chips to the left wing corner. He'll be the first one to it. Bodied up with Davenport. Lost it to Ori in the corner. Up the wall. Taken by Hextall. Fed to the point to Adams. Quickly back down the wall, as it's good to see Matusz Kucharczyk back out on the ice after taking that high hit earlier. That led to the Jardine power play goal. Clearing attempt stolen by Hextall. Fed it toward Jardine, bumped it back to the line, but that's right to Howard, and he'll chip it out to neutral. Trickled through to Houston, back to the Des Moines zone for Hextall. Behind him to Kucharczyk. Fanned on his shot as it rolled off his blade at the last moment. Got to it in the corner, but then fanned on his pass up to the point as well, and Norcross will clear to center. Grabbed to the red line by Tylik. Fired toward the Phantoms line, but Howard couldn't touch it deep. Here offside still are the Buccaneers, as Kucharczyk slaps it out to center, redirected into the zone by Jardine, as Kucharczyk seems to be having a little trouble with that left leg at the moment. As he goes to the bench. 4:25 left in the second. Phantoms deny Des Moines the zone. Or now they will gain it as Zupfer plays it deep. Tylik taken to the boards by Wilson in the right corner. Murphy skates out of the scrum with the puck and fed it to Sasaki. Cass chipped it past the man. He's off to the races. Sasaki, right side, around the net. Lost it to Zielinski in the corner. Looked exciting for a moment, though, but Des Moines, great job getting back on the rush as Tylik tried to bank it in, but it hit a stanchion, came back to the middle of the ice. Des Moines does gain the zone here, but Zemlichka strips the man of the puck as Hesh took a big hit on the play. Hesh with it now. Into the zone, 2-on-2. Left it behind him for Zemlichka. Tried to feed it down low. Pass was blocked over to the far wall. Hesh fought through a check, fed it up to the point for Murphy. D over to Houston. To McKinnon. Left circle, Murphy steps in to the slot. Shot, McKinnon missed the cage. The net was wide open. Zemlichka to the puck, to Houston. Down the wall in front. His shot hit a Des Moines ankle, and that stung Mikkel. And now Hesh will head off for a line change as it's the Buccaneers with it. Mikkel through Schmiel, around the wall to Major at the far side. Out to center. Tried to feed Argentina. Chipped away by McKinnon. Murphy to Rusinski into the zone. Root down the right side. Fed in front looking for McKinnon. It wouldn't go. Puck to the far wall. Simpson keeps it alive. Feeds Rusinski to Simpson. Over to McKinnon. Up to the right point for Houston. To Murphy. Fed it backdoor looking for Simpson. It wouldn't go. Shot in front. It's loose in the blue paint. Rusinski is knocked off. Is knocked into the net as the puck was about to cross the goal line. Stork says no goal. And to me, that is a defenseman knocking the net off, pushing somebody into the peg with a goal imminent. McKinnon celebrating like he scored. Saw Luke Stork in the officials' crease wave no goal. And now he's over to talk to Ryan Ward. Brian Gotkin looking at the iPad. 2:40 left in the second. So I think if you're the Phantoms, I think if you challenge here, you probably lose because you need the call on the ice to be that there was a goal. So I understand the argument Ward is making. I don't think it's going to work, though. All right, Stork's going to go to video. I don't know if it's a challenge or not, but we will be back to find out the deliberations. 2:40 left in the second. Phantoms lead 3-1, might be 4-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Watch this. Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let's know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
No goal, it should be a goal though.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
All right, we are back. The call on the ice stands as called no goal. So this stays a 2-goal game for the Buccaneers. Face-off to the right of Nikolaev. Rusensky to take the draw against Searles. Rusensky wins the draw. Simpson down the left corner, centers it, but it's behind McKinnon. Puck out to the top of the slot. Rusensky couldn't hold the zone, and carrying ahead is Howard. Red line in blue into the Phantoms end, chips it behind the cage. Houston's the first one to it, trying to keep it away from Wallen. Rusensky pried it out of the scrum, got hit from behind by Wallen. Play continues. Searles, he got it out of the scrum, fed it up the near side, kept at the point by Dexheimer. Back around it comes to the far wall. Gathering it in was McKinnon, couldn't clear, kept by Howitt. Down the wall, through Houston, comes behind the cage. Looking for it is Searles against Rusensky. Played back into the corner by the Bucks. Up to the right point for Davenport. D over to Dexheimer. Feeds it down low, less than 2 minutes left in the second. Phantoms lead 3-1. I think we have a Youngstown defender without a stick. That's Rusensky. It's in two pieces in front of the net, but McKinnon able to skate it to center. Knocked off the puck at the red line, but played right to Murphy. Carter gains the blue line and chips it deep. Phantoms will start a full sail line change. Dexheimer around the wall, around the net to Davenport. Gains the Youngstown zone, skate to stick from the right circle. A shot kicked out by Trable. Rebound into the right corner. Davenport sends it around to the left side, but it's picked up there by Wilson. Jack off the window, found Hextall, then Anderson, but it's kept in line by Zielinski. Knocked away from him by Jardine, and Wilson will clear it out to center. Not enough steam on this one for icing, and so Coring will try to set things up from behind his cage, shovels it up the near side to Zupfer. Almost turned it over to Hextall, able to keep control, and then feeds Coring far side. Less than a minute remaining, as from the red line, Tyler redirects it on the cage. Trable with the glove save, sets it up for Hamilton. Up the kick plate, and then fired on net from the left point by Ori. Patted out by Trable, rebound out to center. Tyler forced his way back into the Youngstown end, but couldn't keep control of the puck. Hamilton around the kick plate to Anderson. Logan crunched at the blue line. as it's back to Coring in his own zone with 30 seconds left in the middle period. 3-1 Phantoms. Des Moines offside on the zone entry, and will have a face-off at neutral with 25.9 left in the second period. Tepley and Berard de Saint-Hubert all set free of their respective penalty boxes. I believe Zidlichki will come out of the Des Moines penalty box as well. 25.9 left in this second period. Phantoms lead 3-1. Neutral zone draw won by Zemlichka. Houston up the middle to Sasaki. Has a step. Feeds it in front for Heshi. Couldn't touch it home. Back around to the near side for Sasaki. Spins away from Major. Down to an E. Sasaki double teamed. Feeds it up to the right point for Houston, but he couldn't hold the zone with 8 seconds left in the period. Up the wall to Zemlichka. 5 seconds left. Into the zone comes Major. Cuts to the left. Major. Sharp angle shot. Traible with the save, and that is how the second period will end. Youngstown gets a power play goal from Evan Jardine and an even strength goal from Cal Houston. And at the end of 40 minutes of play, Youngstown Phantoms lead the Des Moines Buccaneers 3-1. Shots on goal for the game, 15-13 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms with 6 shots in the period, and they've just added one for Des Moines, 14. So 6 shots in the period for Youngstown, Des Moines with 8. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have our second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center for the start of the second intermission report. At the end of 40 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms have a 3-1 lead over the Des Moines Buccaneers. Shots on goal for the game, 15-14 in favor of Youngstown. Des Moines outshoots Youngstown 8-6 in that second period. We came into the middle frame tied at 1. Youngstown goes in front at 2:39. Power play goal for Evan Jardine, his 10th of the season. Jack Hextall and Jack Wilson with the assists. And then at 4:15, Cal Houston with a 4-on-4 goal. Ryan Rusinski on the assist. And that is how we got to our 3-1 score. Tons of penalties in that second period. At 2:27, Jason Davenport called for head contact during that scrum. After that hit, Cade de Saint-Hubert and Monte Tepley dropped the gloves, so they each get 5 and 10 for fighting. At 4:15, Jason Davenport guilty of interference. During that stoppage, Adam Zidlicky and Brody Berard dropped the gloves. They each get 5 and 10 for fighting. And then also there at 4:15, Logan Anderson called for holding. So we skated 4-on-4, and then right off of that is when Cal Houston got his goal. So I think the time of those penalties is wrong. At the 7-minute mark, Ricard Zemlichka called for interference. And then at 2:13, Jack Hextall called for clipping. Phantoms are 1 for 2 on the power play. Des Moines 0 for 3. Tobias Trebel has stopped 13 out of 14. Andrei Nikolaev has stopped 12 out of 15. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for your own Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the second intermission report. Phantoms lead Des Moines 3-1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard starting here in the USHL. Earlier this afternoon, Fargo down Green Bay 5-1. First intermission in Kearney, Lincoln and Tri-City tied at 1. First intermission in Sioux City, the Musketeers lead the Steel 3-1. First intermission in Sioux Falls, the Stampede lead the Lumberjacks 2-1. Halfway through the first period at Young Arena, the Lancers and Blackhawks are scoreless in Waterloo. And then getting underway in the next 10 to 15 minutes will be the Capitals and Rough Riders, Team USA, and Dubuque. Take a look at the NFL scoreboard, and the Rams pull victory from the jaws of defeat. A touchdown pass by Matthew Stafford in the final minute. It's going to give the Rams a playoff victory, 34-31 over the Carolina Panthers. Over to the NHL scoreboard. First intermission in Buffalo. Sabres lead the Ducks 1-0. 2 minutes left in the first in Toronto. Maple Leafs over the Canucks 2-0. First intermission in Montreal. Habs and the Red Wings are scoreless. First intermission in Ottawa. Senators and Panthers tied at 1. First intermission in Philadelphia. Lightning lead the Flyers 2-1. First intermission in Raleigh. The Hurricanes and Kraken tied at 1. Earlier today, Bruins knock off the Rangers 10-2. Flames top the Pens 2-1. Avalanche shut out the Blue Jackets 4-0. And the Sharks down the Stars 5-4 in overtime. And then getting underway in the next 10 minutes or so, Blackhawks in Nashville take on the Predators. Islanders in Minnesota to battle the Wild, and then a pair of 10 p.m. puck drops, the Kings and Oilers in Edmonton, the Blues and Golden Knights in Las Vegas. Quickly through the college hockey scoreboard, Army shuts out Mercyhurst 5-0. Sacred Heart 4-2 winners over Niagara. Air Force leads Bentley 1-0 first intermission. RIT 3-2 winners in overtime over Robert Morris. Miami and Arizona State scoreless after one. Ohio State downs number 5 Michigan State 2-1 in Columbus. Penn State leads Minnesota 3-2. 3 minutes into the third, Michigan leads Notre Dame 3-1, 90 seconds into the second. Wisconsin leads Alaska Anchorage 3-2 halfway through the third. Minnesota Duluth leads Lindenwood 3-0 first intermission. Cornell leads Alaska Fairbanks 1-0 first intermission. Merrimack leads Holy Cross 3-1. Second period just underway. UMass leads Boston University 1-0 5 minutes into the third. Providence leads Maine 1-0 3 minutes into the third. UConn and UMass Lowell tied at 1 first intermission. Vermont leads Northeastern 1-0 first intermission. St. Thomas 1-0 over Minnesota State. Second period just underway. Augustana 2-0 over Northern Michigan halfway through the third. Michigan Tech leads Bemidji State 2-0 first intermission. Bowling Green up 4-1 on Ferris State. Third period just underway. Union and Princeton tied at 1 after 1. RPI leads Quinnipiac 1-0 2 minutes into the second. Clarkson and Neal tied at 1 first intermission. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and our second intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, third period action between the Buccaneers and Phantoms here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Watch this. Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTV, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Roll for initiative. Third period is underway. Des Moines controls the draw, redirected into the zone by Dubrovic. Murphy first one to it, sends it up the near side. Cut off by Wallen. His shot blocked by Wilson over to the far wall, skated into by Murphy. Plays it out to center. Stick back ahead by Des Moines there into the zone, but Dubrovic couldn't catch up to the puck. And it's Wilson. Out to center for Zemlichka. Ricard off the near wall to Sasaki. Knocked down from the seat of his pants. Couldn't get it deep. And it's knocked out to center by Davenport. Murphy plays it into the zone, but about a foot offside was Jakob Hesch. We'll get our first whistle of the third period. 32 seconds into the final frame. Third period is presented by Mercy Health. Bring the face-off to center red. Line change both sides. Rusinski to take the draw against Tylik. And apparently a less than legal face-off win for Owen Tylik. They'll do it again. Rusinski didn't even move there on the puck drop. There we go. Des Moines will control the face-off regardless. Dexheimer in his own zone. DD over to Davenport. Snapped it out to Wallen, who redirects it into the Phantom zone. First one to it will be Tepley in the... Oh, he caught a stick up high from Zidlichki. But referee Stork was out at center and did not see it. So no penalty on the Bucks on the play. And here it's Davenport with a shot and Trable with the pad save. Rebound over to Houston on the near wall. Down to Zilichki in the corner. Tried to play it to a wall and hit a Phantom and ricocheted in on Trable. And so unfortunately for the Phantoms, that's not a 4-minute penalty because no blood was drawn. So you can't challenge it. So Des Moines catching another break. As Zidlichki got Tepley right underneath the visor. But they'll stay at even strength. A shot from the right point by Ori. Goes wide of the net. Anderson in the rebound, clubbed it up the wall. Hextall looking for it. Worked it back to Anderson. Pop back to Tepley, and he'll feed Jardine at the red line. Jardine lost the puck to Ori, who retreats behind his own net to set up the breakout. Ori snapped it out to center to Argentina. Argentina, sharp angle shot, but Trable well out of the blue paint to swallow that one up. Des Moines now leads in shots 16-15. They have two here in the first minute 32 of the third period. Face off to the left of Trable. Won by Zemlichka. Berard to the left corner. Stolen by Zupfer. Centering feet off of Hesch and stopped by Trable. Couple seconds come off the clock. We'll do it again. Face off to the right of Trable. Zemlichka to take the draw against Zielinski, who wins the draw to Dubrovic up to the point to Dexheimer. Down below the goal looking for Zupfer. He'll get up and catch up to it in the right corner. He's pinned to the boards by Hamilton. Hesch trying to dig that puck out. Still tangled up there, bouncing around. Hesch does pry it free of the scrum for a moment before he's knocked down from behind by Dubrovic. Finally loose, and it's Cal Houston with it. Cal around the cage, fires it out to center for Sasaki. Kaz lost it as he gained the right dot, and it's Dexheimer trying to clear, stolen by Hesch. Hesch dropped it back to Zemlichka, but the pass was off his skates and ricocheted into the right wing corner. Dubrovic knocked down by Zemlichka. Shoveled up the wall to Hesch. To Sasaki, tried to backhand it to Murphy, it wouldn't go, and Carter will just send it to the right wing quarter. And Zemlichka is going to get called for a trip. Phantoms back to the kill. Fifth power play of the game for Des Moines. Face-off will be to the right of Trable. Top power play unit going to start for the Buccaneers. Tylik, Zielinski, Zupfer, Randall, and Argentina. Looks like Randall's going to take Dexheimer's spot on the top power play here. So Youngstown wins the draw. Houston gets the clear. Carrying ahead is Randall. Drops it back for Argentina, gains the red line and the blue into the Youngstown zone, but offside are the Buccaneers. I think Tylik was ahead of the play. 18 seconds gone off the power play clock. 17:03 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-1. Face-off won cleanly by Zielinski, and Randall will retreat into his own zone. Over to Argentina, up to the line for Zupfer, and fired around to the right corner. McKinnon got there first, but fanned on the clearing attempt. Zielinski up the wall to Argentina. Back to Zielinski. Zielinski around the cage to the far side, and up the boards to Zupfer. Left half wall to the point for Randall. Cross point to Argentina. Steps in, shot, glove save, Trable, rebound, poked wide by Zupfer. Back up to the point, Argentina, center point for Randall. Cross ice pass, knocked down by McKinnon. Rusinski will clear as far as the red line, where it's picked back up by Randall. Halfway home on the power play for Des Moines. They'll try to get some fresh skaters on the ice. Randall from the red line, rips it in. Comes around to McKinnon near side and fanned on his clearing attempt, but it came back to Murphy. Fired it out to center for Rusinski. Rue into the zone one-on-one. Gained the right circle and fired it around the kick plate, picked up by Major. No, he let it go through, and that squirts to Jack Hamilton in the neutral zone. Peels back into his own zone, D to Murphy far side, and Carter will send it down the length of the ice. Hit a seam in the boards, pop back to the middle, grabbed by Hextall, and he'll bank it out to center. Hesh skates into it, drops it back for Hamilton, and Jack will fire at the length of the ice. 20 seconds left in the power play for the Buccaneers. Nikolaev up the near wall for Dexheimer. To Dubrovic, backhanded ahead looking for Wallen. Pass too far ahead of him. Hamilton got there first. Carried it around to the far side but couldn't clear. Kept it left point by Dexheimer, fed it down the wall. Hextall stole the pass and gets the clear. And out of the box comes Zemlichka. Phantoms 5 for 5 on the kill. Dexheimer behind him to Major. Spins away from Miller. And then slides it back over to Dexheimer. Near wall. Back around the kick plate to the far side for Ori. Turned his back to Logan Anderson, brought it behind the net, and just able to get it past Sean Miller and out to center for Norcross, who has it taken away from behind by Svitov. Got it out to the neutral zone where it was stolen by Ori and then fired right back in, picked up by Adams near wall. And Jackson ran into Norcross, and his pass ahead turned over at center. Into the zone comes Howard. Turns, looks for help. Pass across, blocked by Logan Anderson. Anderson carries it over to the corner, clubs it up the far wall, kept by Ori. His shot blocked away by Cal Houston right in front. And a penalty upcoming on the play on the Phantoms. Ori in the right corner. Got a shot away, or Youngstown eventually touched the puck. And Logan Anderson heading back to the box. Cross-checking or checking from behind. Not sure about the indicator there from Stork. Cavelli Center crowd not happy. Especially after the missed call in the opening minute of this frame where Monte Tepley very clearly high-sticked. And it went uncalled because Stork was out of position. Rusinski to take the draw. That faceoff was won by Argentina. Zielinski over to Zupfer left side. Back to the line for Dexheimer. Across Argentina, top of the right circle, side of the cage for Tylik. Tylik to Zielinski, missed the pass, gathered it off the wall. Sent it up to the right point for Argentina, pump back to the corner for Zielinski. Zielinski eyeing the cage, shot, Trable save, rebound, cleared by Wilson to the top of the circles, kept by Argentina. Center point, Dexheimer, bobbled it but regathered. Now back to Argentina, between the circles. Spins away from Rusinski, back toward the point, down the wall to Zielinski. Zielinski eyed the cage, shot off the side of the net, And into the corner, Wilson clubbed at it, worked it to McKinnon, to Rusinski, who fired it off the near window, almost hit the linesman right in the face, but able to get it out to the neutral zone. Regaining the zone is Dexheimer. Around the wall to Argentina. Top of the circles for Tylek. Halfway home on the kill for Youngstown. Dexheimer, center point. Left circle, Zupfer. Back to Dexheimer at the line. Across over to Argentina. Top of the right circle. Side of the cage. Tylek back to Argentina. Across. Zupfer couldn't take the pass. Top of the left circle. He regathers. Side of the net. Zielinski back to Zupfer. One-timer, he broke his stick. Dexheimer to Argentina. Phantoms bench trying to tell him to attack the puck while Zupfer went to the bench, but Bucks have 5 men back in the play now. Zidlichki tangled up with Houston. 3-on-2 battle. Puck came free. Wilson left it in the corner away from Zidlichki. Got some space and he'll regather and clear. Great work by Jack Wilson on that one. 10 seconds left in the power play for the Buccaneers. Blazing down the ice comes Randall into the zone. 5 seconds left on the advantage. Chipped it behind the cage. Murphy got there first. Murphy plays it to the corner to himself. Banked it up the wall, kept by Wall, and comes down to the corner for Hamilton. Phantoms are back to full strength. They are 6 for 6 on the kill. Puck kept at the line by Randall, but popped up in the air and played out to center by Anderson. Murphy got there, sent it ahead to Jardine, bumped it back to Hamilton in their own end. 12 minutes left in the third. Phantoms lead by a pair. Murphy behind the cage for Hamilton. And then back to Murphy as Wallen up on the forecheck. Out to center for Jardine. Couldn't take it cleanly. Able to regather and send it off of Sasaki and into the Des Moines zone. Ori plays it off the end wall. Far side to Randall. Out to center. Was looking for Searles. I don't think it was touched. And icing will be called on the Des Moines Buccaneers with 11:36 left in the third period. I believe we owe you a media timeout. I think Des Moines had 3 shots on that power play. Shots on goal for the game read 19-15 in favor of the Bucks. That is 5-0 in the period for Des Moines. We've almost reached the halfway point. Of course, those numbers also boosted by 2 penalty kills for the Youngstown Phantoms. Face-off will be to the left of Nikolaev. Rusinski to take the draw against Searles. No, Searles is going to get kicked. A warning. Thought the trail official or trail linesman was kicking him out of the circle. But just a face-off warning as Rusinski wins the draw. Back to the point to Berard, but he can't keep the zone. So Brody back to center. Bounces it on net. Nikolaev with the save. Rebound to the left corner. Ori pitchforks it up to the left point, kept by Tepley. Hit shot right to the glove of Nikolaev, who holds, and we will have immediate timeout. 11:23 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Watch this. Let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
$11:23 left in the third period. Phantoms lead 3-1. Shots on goal for the game, 19-16 in favor of the Bucks. Bucks out shooting Youngstown 5-1 here in the third. But goals in that middle frame for Jardine and Houston broke a 1-1 tie. Phantoms been leading after 2 this year, 17-0-1. Des Moines when trailing after 2, 0-12-5. Face off to the right of Nikolaev. Rusinski to take the draw against Wallen. Rusinski wins the draw over the wall to McKinnon. Back to the point to Tepley. To Simpson. Across to Houston. Shot, glove save, Nikolaev, he holds. Cooper Simpson with his assist in the first period on the Sasaki goal did extend his scoring streak to 4 straight games. Rusinski has extended his scoring streak to 3 straight games. Simpson also has multiple goals in 3 straight games. We'd love to see Cooper get one here, at least one. As it's Simpson across to Rusinski, back in front, McKinnon to Simpson. Oh, Nikolaev with the cover. As a crowd gathers on the near side, linesman in to separate them. So as I was saying before the whistle, Simpson, 3 straight multi-goal performances. I mean, that would take some doing in the record books, but I would wager a guess that's the first time that's happened in team history. I know the longest goal streak for a Phantom is 6 games. That belongs to Trevor Kuntar. Trevor, now a member of the Rochester Americans, did get 1 game with the Buffalo Sabres so far this season. Face off to the right of Nikolaev, won by Rusinski. Back to the point for Houston. Down the wall through Simpson, comes behind the cage. First one to it is going to be Coring. Tried to play it out of the zone, but grabbed by Simpson. Tried to get it to Rusinski, top of the circle. Pass was out of his reach. Wallen to Zidlinski. Back toward Wallen. Will squirt in the left corner of the Youngstown zone. Houston put Wallen into the boards hard, but he still has the puck. Came free of the scrum. Tepley up the wall to McKinnon. Able to get it out to center off a bump from Tylik. Tepley skating into it. Carries into the zone. Tepley down the right side in the corner. Will float it over toward the left side. Wallen gets there ahead of Rusinski. Coring in, trying to help out his forward. Has the puck and feeds it behind the cage to Ori. Ori from the right corner out to center. Off the stick of Tylik and not far enough for icing, so Wilson will play it. Jack off the end wall to Murphy behind the cage. We are at the halfway point of the third period. Phantoms lead by 2. Wilson fired into the zone, came to Anderson at the right half wall. Logan battling for it, worked it to Svitov. To the point for Murphy. Carter, a shot blocked immediately as he took it, and Dexheimer will feed Ori in the right corner. Up the wall to Zupfer, and across the near side for Dubrovic. Dubrovic, a shot to the glove of Trable, who holds, and we'll have our final immediate timeout of regulation. 9:40 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
To the shore and drink a bottom bone ride. American nights. American nights. American nights. Drink a bottom bone ride.
Get up, get loud, get hype for your Youngstown Phantoms!
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 9:40 left in the third. Phantoms lead 3-1. Defensive zone drop coming for Youngstown to the left of Trable. That's won by Zemlichka. Murphy around the kick plate looking for Sasaki, who got interfered with by Dexheimer. Phantoms bench looking for a call, but nothing coming. Dubrovic gets it as far as the red line to Zupfer to Zielinski, back to Dubrovic. Back to Zielinski, rolls into the corner. Wilson battling for it off of Zupfer. He worked it to Zemlichka. Zemlichka banked it off the far wall, looking for Sasaki. Wouldn't go. Dexheimer got to it first behind the net. Sasaki ripped him down. Maybe he could have been a slew foot, but play continues. Zemlichka Turns and fires it on net from the left point. Stick save by Nikolaev. Rebound to the Bucks. I believe that is Dexheimer sending it out to Zupfer in the neutral zone. Played back across as Hamilton lost his stick in the neutral zone. And the Bucks are into the zone. It's Howard. Back to the point. It's Ori. Couldn't take it cleanly. Berard skating through. Got it to Hesh. Fed near side for Zemlichka. Passed it ahead to Jardine. Has a step. Jardine in. Got hooked from behind. And I don't know if he ever got a shot away, but play continues. Into the zone comes Searles. Over to Howard. His shot. Stick save by Trable. Rebound to Searles. To Howard. Up to the left point for Schmiel. Worked it to Norcross. To Searles. His shot blocked by Houston. Puck stayed in play in the right corner. Norcross to Searles. Up to the right point, but nobody's there. Schmiel will grab it at center. Retreats across the red line, then feeds Coring far side. Into the zone, fired around the kick plate. Kept in the zone by Desaint-Hubert. Fanned on his centering feet, grabbed by Jardine. Over to Hextall, spun it far side, but kept in the zone. Coring, shot blocked by Houston. Grabbed by Desaint-Hubert, bottom of the left circle to Major. Back to Desaint-Hubert, puck under his stick and out to center. Coring grabs it. D over to Dexheimer. Fired it around the kick plate. Skated into by Berard, and he will ice the puck. 7:30 left. Nope, 7:29 left in the third. Faceoff will be to the right of Tobias Trable. Again, the Phantoms' Wednesday night home game against Team USA. 7:05 puck drop. 6:45 pregame start here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Faceoff finally controlled. Zidlicki played it into the corner, but Berard banks it off the window and out to center, and this one also goes far enough for icing. Faceoff will be to the right of Trable once more. Tyler to take the draw against Hextall. Slight delay in the start to the action while Douglas Hook took a loose stick to the Phantoms bench. Phantoms control the draw. It's Berard. Up the near wall to Jardine. Stripped the puck by Tyler. Jardine able to regather and knock it out to center. It squirts down into the Des Moines end, but not far enough for icing as Schmiel carries back ahead. Off the boards, denied the line by Tepley, and ahead for Jardine. Jardine into the zone 1-on-3, lost the puck, and then got hit up high, and now is being pinned to the boards by Davenport. Valley Center crowd doesn't like it as play continues. Zidlicki, his shot well wide of the net. Off the corner boards, it came out to Hextall at center. Played to Svitov into the zone 1-on-2. Alexander lost his footing of his own accord as he was waiting for help. Puck below the goal line, now behind the cage. Phantoms play it up the far side. Svitov to it, hit hard into the wall by Ori. Slow to get to his feet, but does rejoin the play. Clearing attempt, stolen by Anderson. Battle for it at the left half wall. Played down below the goal line for Svitov. He'll force the issue to the far side now. Bodying up Coring, as I think Svitov drew a penalty there as Trable's heading to the bench. And there's the touch by the Buccaneers. Holding will be the call. Youngstown finally get their third power play of the game. As I believe it is Nick Coring, acquired this week from the Muskegon Lumberjacks, heading to the sin bin. Time of the penalty on Coring, 13:52. So Youngstown will see if they can get a big insurance goal here from their special teams unit. 1 for 2 tonight and came into the game second in the USHL. So 7 straight games with a power play goal for Youngstown, including tonight. Face-off one, however, by the Buccaneers. Dexheimer left it in the corner. Pop free of the scrum, and the Bucks will bring it ahead. Into the zone is Desaint-Hubert, but poked off of his stick. And over to the far wall, Rusinski will drop it below the goal line for Wilson. As Simpson gets clipped by Davenport coming through center. Phantoms bench is incensed. As Wilson plays it to Rusinski and into the zone for Hextall. Jack, bottom of the left circle, spins away from Ori and carries up the wall. To Rusinski at the bumper, back to Hextall at the wall. Wilson center point. Right circle, Simpson. Wilson to Hextall near side. Hextall to the point for Wilson. To Simpson far side. Left circle, Hextall. Shot, save, rebound, clearing attempt, hit his own man, and stays in the zone for Youngstown, kept to the right point by Wilson. To Hextall, right half wall. Side of the cage, Jardine tried to back his way in. Again, it wouldn't go. Left side, Simpson. 45 seconds left in the power play, back to Wilson. To Simpson, left circle. Cooper, shot, save, rebound, was whacked at by Rusinski, covered by Nikolaev, and Rusinski tackled on the play. That's going to draw a crowd. Searles wants a piece of Cooper Simpson. Jason Davenport tangled up with Ryan Rusinski. And Jack Wilson just standing at the top of the circle. As Simpson and Searles, they maybe renew acquaintances. Nope, they're going to be separated. Rusinski is hot right now. And he'll be skated over to the bench by the linesman. Or is he going to the box? Davenport's heading to the box. Rusinski being kept away from the line, from the referee by the linesman. And Rusinski will go to the Phantom penalty box. .445 left in the third, 37 seconds left on the Phantom power play. If all this remains at even strength. Phantoms have jumped back in front on the shot counter, 21-20. So that would put it at 6 aside here in the period. And it does like we are going to stay at 5-on-4. Face off to the right of Nikolaev. Zemlichka to take the draw against Argentina. Face-off won by Zemlichka. Murphy pumps it around the kick plate to the right half wall for McKinnon. McKinnon, little trouble with it, gets bodied up by Argentina. A couple of Buccaneers come in to support as it comes to the right point for Murphy. Down the wall to Zemlichka, played to the left point for Sasaki. Casimo in the left corner, backhands it up the kick plate to Murphy. 15 seconds left in the power play. To Sasaki, left half wall. To the point for Murphy. Carter walks the blue line, gives it up to Sasaki. His shot stopped by Nikolaev, and he covers. And then Sasaki and I think that's Zidlichki again need to be separated by the linesman. There are a couple other bear hugs going on. And I think Luke Stork is telling Kazimo Sasaki to go to the locker room. As it's McKinnon and I can't tell if it's Argentina or Randall right now. 5 and 6 from this difference, both from this distance, both looking the same. 6 seconds left on the power play for Youngstown if manpower on the ice remains the same. Evan Jardine and Harper Searles standing at the edge of the officials' crease. Awaiting the deliberations of Luke Stork. Looks like Douglas Hook is also in the officials' crease to help out. We're supposed to have 2 referees in both games this weekend, but Ross Beck in emergency surgery. Hope he recovers quickly and well. And USA Hockey could not get another referee to Youngstown for the games this weekend. So I heard Kazimo Sasaki at 2 and a 10. I don't know if there will be any penalties to Des Moines on this. But so if that's the case, we'll play 4-on-4 for 6 seconds. And then Des Moines will have 1 minute and 54 on the power play. And then you have to wonder, will Derek Damon pull Andrei Nikolaev to the bench, give himself a 2-man advantage? As I was writing the game recap last night, I really was going over things. I was thinking, Damon maybe just waited too long to pull the goalie yesterday, as Des Moines got a power play with about 3.5 minutes left, and then only got Lendiak to the bench for about 30 seconds, and then they iced the puck. They never got him back off the ice. All right, so we have a matching minor on the board to Adam Zidlichki. So we are going to stay actually it'll be a 6-second 4-on-3 power play for Youngstown, and we'll skate at 4-on-4 for 1 minute 54. Faceoff is going to stay in the Des Moines end. For the Phantoms, it'll be Hextall, Hesh, Houston, and Wilson. For the Buccaneers, out come Ori, Davenport, Argentina. And then in 6 seconds, they will have Nick Coring out of the box. Well, now Keaton Ori's being sent to the box. I think he's serving the penalty for Zidlichki. I thought I saw Zidlichki go to the box. So Des Moines needs one more skater on the ice. Now comes Henry Schmiel. Okay, power play's over for Youngstown. We're at 4-on-4 for the next minute 50. So Sasaki, a cross check and a misconduct. Houston, top of the right circle. As again, we're at 4-on-4. Cross over to Houston. To Wilson. Tried to pass it across, but it hit Hextall and ricocheted into the right corner. Schmiel up the wall to Argentina. And he'll clear it out to center, but it's picked up at the red line by Wilson. Near side for Houston. Cowell fire it hard into the zone, came around to the right side. Schmiel got there ahead of McKinnon, carried below the goal line. 1:15 left in the 4-on-4, 3:25 left in regulation, and a 2-goal Phantom lead. Murphy in his own zone, played it away from de Saint-Hubert, then turned and dropped it back for Hamilton. 3:10 left in regulation, 55 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Murphy. Little trouble with it. Start-stop move, however, got him past Zielinski and out to center. Over to Zemlichka in the zone, right down the middle. Went to the far side, looked for the trailer. It's Hamilton, but he bobbled the pass. And Jack will just go and play it deep. Comes around to the right side for McKinnon. Pulled out of the scrum by Dubrovic, and Des Moines will carry ahead with Zielinski. Slipped it through the legs of Hamilton, came on the net. Trable will stick it over to Houston, and a slashing call upcoming on Ricard Zemlichka. Or is it Malachi McKinnon? Zemlichka enacted reacted to the initial penalty call, but it is McKinnon heading to the box. So Des Moines will get a 4-on-3 power play for 19 seconds, and then we will go to the traditional 5-on-4 if they do not score. And again, if I'm Derek Damon, I'm pulling Nikolaev to the bench, but he's just hanging out in the blue paint right now. Hextall heading over to the box. And Ryan Ward just not happy with Luke Stork at all. Trying to get any kind of explanation as to what's going on. Sasaki was given 2 and 10, so honestly I'm surprised he didn't go to the locker room already. I'm confused as to what Hextall is going to the penalty box for. Okay, he's serving the minor for Sasaki. There we go. All right, so in 19 seconds rather, Hextall can come out of the box as the draw is won by the Buccaneers. Dexheimer walks the line, feeds it over to Argentina. Sign of the cage for Tylek. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Center point for Dexheimer. Argentina, side of the cage for Tylek. Tried to feed it backdoor to Zielinski. Passes picked off, and Rusinski will float it down the ice. Out of the box comes Hextall. It is a 5-on-4 power play for the next 1:35. And again, trailing by 2 with 2 minutes left. I don't understand why Nikolaev isn't heading toward the bench. Buccaneers across the red line and into the zone. Zupfer pulls up at the top of the left circle, back to the point for Dexheimer. Top of the right circle for Argentina. Center point, Dexheimer over to Zupfer. A shot, pad save, Trable, rebound, Tylek. Tried to bank it in, shot was blocked. Below the goal line, it's Tylek again. Tangled up in his skates, poked free by Rusinski. Tylek able to regather, works it to Zielinski. Zielinski to the right point for Argentina. 1 minute left in the power play. Heading to the box now is Nikolaev. Across Zupfer, shot, missed the cage. Extra attacker is on with 1:28 left in regulation and now 50 seconds left in the power play. It's a 6-on-4. Hextall sent it down the ice on the clear. Hustling back for it is Dubrovic to keep it away from Rusinski, who I think is at the end of his shift here. Out to center, Tylek to Zupfer and into the zone. Down the boards to Zielinski. Fed through the low box, but blocked away by Houston. 30 seconds left in the slashing call to McKinnon. Top of the right circle, Argentina. Shot blocked by Houston. Stayed in play. It's in the right corner. Tylek danced into the circle. Shot missed the cage. Off the corner boards. Kept it to left point nicely by Zupfer. Down the wall to Zielinski. Lost it in the skates of Tylek, who kicked it to the point to Ori. To the right half wall for Argentina. 8 seconds left in the power play. Zielinski shot blocked by Zemlichka into the right corner. Argentina shot, Trable save, rebound into the right corner. Out of the box comes McKinnon. Phantoms back to even strength, but still an empty net. Shot from the right point, gloved and held by Tobias Trable. 27.3 seconds left in the third. Phantoms trying to hold off the Buccaneers. Youngstown 7 for 7 on the penalty kill tonight. Timeout, Des Moines will take it with them. Back in 30 seconds for the conclusion of regulation here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
27.3 seconds left in the third. Defensive zone draw for Youngstown to the left of Trable, won by Hextall, fired around the wall by Houston, connected with Jardine toward the empty net. He scores! Ride like the wind, bullseye. Evan Jardine, his second goal of the game, puts this one on ice. It is 4-1. Time of the goal, 1940. So I think that'll be Jardine from Hextall and Houston. As the neutral zone draw, won by Anderson. Back into his own zone, it's Berard. Retreats behind the net with 15 seconds left in regulation. Up the far side to Miller, and Sean just going to ice the puck. 6.6 seconds left in this one. Phantoms going to extend their point streak to 7 games. As the puck is down, Berard carries below the goal line, stables it to the corner boards. 2 seconds and 1. And ladies and gentlemen, the Cavelli Center is closed for business this evening. Phantoms win 4-1. Final shots on goal for the game, 24-21 in favor of Des Moines. That is 10 in the period for the Bucks and 6 for Youngstown. We will keep it right here for the post-game show. Phantoms open the scoring at 14:51 of the first. Kazimo Sasaki, his 4th of the season. Cooper Simpson and Jack Hamilton with the assist. Buccaneers tied at 18:37. Jakub Dubrovec, his 2nd of the year. Jason Davenport and Keaton Ori with the helpers. 1-1 at the end of the first. Phantoms get the game-winning goal off the stick of Evan Jardine. Came on the power play at 2:39. Jack Hextall and Jack Wilson with the assists. At 4:15, Cal Houston, his 1st of the season. Ryan Brusinski with the lone assist on that one. 3-1 Phantoms at the end of the second, and only goal of the third period is Evan Jardine on the empty net. 2nd of the game and 11th of the season. Assists go to Cal Houston and Jack Hextall, and that is how we got to our 4-1 final. Tobias Trable gets the win, his 17th of the season. He stopped 23 out of 24. Andrei Nikolaev gets the loss in his USHL debut. He stopped 17 out of 21. Phantom power play was 1 for 3. Des Moines power play was 0 for 7. Phantoms have a home game on Wednesday against the U17s. And then Friday against Muskegon. A 3-3 weekend coming for Youngstown. Here against Muskegon on Friday, and then up in Muskegon on Saturday and Sunday. Great seats still remaining for both of those games next week here at the Cavelli Center. Again, a 7:05 puck drop on both Wednesday and Friday. And we'll go on the air for the pregame shows at 6:45 each of those nights. Great seats still available. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK. That is 330-747-7825. For my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven, Brendan Miller keeping things up to date for you on social media. I am Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. One more time, your final score. Youngstown 4 and Des Moines 1. Phantoms get the weekend sweep. We will catch you here on Wednesday night at the Cavelli Center. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.